Yes, blessed love family, blessed love. We are on YouTube. Can you believe it? We're actually on YouTube. Not loving the quality on this though, people. Yeah, it's a very new thing, isn't it? I can see the people coming in. The community are gathering one by one and two by two. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, yeah, greetings, family. The launch on YouTube live, and we're going up. Yes, I can see everybody entering the room. Um, I'm still getting to grips with how this whole thing works, honestly. It is a lot. So I'm going to have to be learning stuff all over again. And yeah, yes, my brothers and sisters. So let us gather one by one and two by two, tree by tree, and four by four. Yes. Yeah, man, I'm kind of liking the format on here and I'm really trying to get my way around it. I'm trying to understand how it all works, putting on the comments, all those kind of things. So blessed love, family. Blessed love for coming in. Indeed. Right, let me try and get these comments up and going. Yeah. There we go. Yes, family. And it's happening. Yeah, this is a much better format for us, I think. To this, this week I want to really, really focus down on the march that we're going to be doing. You can see at the bottom of the screen that we've got the details of that march. I want everybody to push, 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 and more pushing. Yeah, we need to get boots on the ground because the plight of our sisters in this community is honestly, as we've seen over the last, it's almost a year since I called out Vincent Rat. It's almost one whole year now. It's in November. It will be a year. It was November the 27th that I first put that video up with Vincent Rat. And yeah, it's been a hell of a year in terms of the momentum that's been gaining, in terms of the case that we are building, in terms of the amount of outpouring that there has been, you know, is just, it's just crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. Right. I'm still getting to grips with this thing, people. I really am. Yeah. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. So anybody that wants to come on and speak is able to do that. Okay. So I'll put the link in the chat for that. And we're gonna have a couple of people moderating today as well who have got a link to come in to do that. Not sure how that works, but we're gonna try and yeah. Hold on a minute now. Right, so I'm going to put that in the chat for anybody that wants to jump in. Ooh, how'd you do that? Right. There we go. So yeah, the link is in the chat for all who want to join. I'll do that periodically if I need to do it. I'm feeling really technological here tonight. Oh my goodness. I'm actually on YouTube live doing links and things like that. Yeah. Did a little tutorial with a wonderful sister earlier on in the week. And yeah, man, I feel equipped. So let's get down to business. Okay. So this week I want to talk about, first of all, before I go into anything, yeah, let me straighten a few things out. So I realized today that probably 3/4 of my videos have been removed from Instagram. That's okay. I was getting bored of Instagram anyway, and the way that they operate. So I'm going to be uploading all the videos that have been taken down right here on YouTube, where I believe there's a little bit more freedom and the ability to be able to express ourselves more comprehensively. Yeah. So no worries about that for anybody that that wants to watch those or go back on them. I'm sure a lot of people have got them anyway. I know that when I did the first video with Vincent Rat, it kind of was doing the rounds as an independent video on WhatsApp and stuff like that. So people have got the videos, that's not really bothering me. But what is interesting about it, I've called the live tonight, Why Do the Heathens Rage? Well, they rage. Why do the heathens rage and imagine a vain thing, is what the scripture says. And, they're raging because they're being exposed. And that is actually the biggest weapon against any perpetrator: exposure. Yeah. Biggest weapon is exposure. So that's why we do it. I had a very odd call today from somebody that on a fake profile on Instagram that was calling themselves Oluremi 2022 or something like that. Very strange. I believe it could have been Bionic Steve, because they kept going on about knowing Bionic Steve, and they were putting on a fake Nigerian accent. It was really awful. I think they felt they were good, but they were putting it. Can you imagine a fake Nigerian accent, really badly done, fake profile, and wasn't really asking me anything. It was a very odd call. But the point I'm making is that people are really invested. They're really, really invested in trying to disprove anything that the victims have come forward with, in trying to discredit me. Very, very invested in doing that. It's just absolutely, it never ceases to amaze me, brothers and sisters, how it is that we can live in a reality where this is how the community responds to so much pain and suffering from their own sisters. But that's because it's within. It's come from within. You understand? It's come from within, and everybody has a vested interest, or all the perpetrators and their enablers, shielders, and supporters. They have a vested interest in keeping these kind of things quiet. Nobody, absolutely nobody, upon nobody, wants the secrets to come out, the family secrets, the community secrets. But these are the strongholds that we need to break down. And for the first time, I believe, in British history, I can't find any other examples, but for the first time in British history, we are going to have a date, October the 16th, okay? And we're going to have a space where it is exclusively for the pain of Black women and our sojourn in those British Isles, So I believe it's groundbreaking, and I want to see the community come out for that. I want to see boots on the ground. Our theme is red. At the moment, I'm working with partners in the UK to ensure that we've got masks and things like that people can wear, not because of COVID, but because there's a lot of people who want to join the march that are victims and survivors, and they're still very, very much afraid of showing their identities, and for good reason. We've seen the bullying that takes place. We've seen the death threats that have come to even me here in Africa, much less those people that have to be living over there. Now, I want to join that march, and I will be joining that march via a huge big screen and wonderful technology, working again with partners in the UK to make that happen. So I'm going to be addressing the people, and somehow we're going to try and do that in a mobile way, so that we've got a van that is moving with the march. If you've all seen the flyers on my Instagram page at AfuaRose69, you will see that it's going to be a rally in Windrush Square first at 12 o'clock midday on October the 16th, 2021, Windrush Square, Brixton, SW9. So rally in Windrush Square, and we're going to be getting it out there. There's lots of different organizations, female or Black female organizations actually, that want to join. And it won't be just, it won't just be about the perpetrations that have taken place in Brixton historically, but nationwide as well. I speak to sisters from Birmingham, Manchester, all over the UK, because of what's been happening in our community. It is absolutely rife, my brothers and sisters. And I think it's about time that we made those voices heard, that we represented those voices. But it's not just women. I want to see the brothers. I want to see the man them out there. I want to see the man them out there. And hold on. Oh, yeah, I want to see the man them out there, and I want to see them representing, because there's too much talk. There's absolutely too much talk. Okay, Double DTV, there you go. I can flash you up, bro. I didn't even know what I was doing there. Oh my word, yeah. So that I was trying to bring the moderators and the people that are going to read the comments, but I'm not sure how you do that right about now. I thought there was a link. If people join the link that I sent out to the people that are going to moderate earlier on, then they can come in and do that, I think. Yeah, you can kind of sit quietly and do that on the live. So yeah, man, let's get the baby rolling. Is that the saying? I don't know if it is. But the point of the matter is, my brothers and sisters, is that the community needs to stand up and be counted. Yeah. For too long, we whisper in corners and in secret and within our family units and to each other. We sussle. We sussle about these things. This is what we do. But we never stand up and be counted. And I'm saying that we should stand up and be counted. That's what we need to do. Yeah. I don't want to hear that, oh, you know, people don't want to come because it's like, oh, you know, we're going to be seen. You don't have to be seen. I've deliberately made it a march with no faces. Let's do that. Let's all cover our faces. Yeah, that's what I'm advocating. Let us all cover our faces. First of all, to represent the voiceless. Yeah, the voiceless and the faceless victims that have to stay in hiding. And some of them have been in hiding for half a century. Yeah, let's cover our faces for that. You can keep your faces open if you're brave enough to do that. No problem. No problem at all. And there's lots of people that want to do that, want to be seen. There's going to be people making speeches. Yeah. As each week goes on, we've really only got 3.5 weeks until that date. But as each week goes on, and if you stay in tune with the Instagram, then you'll see the updates about what's happening, who's going to be speaking, and so on and so forth. All right. So yeah, I'm not taking no for an answer. I want to see. I've got over 4,500 people on Instagram. So I'd like to see those numbers. I'd like to see the country come out. Yeah, we need to push it. And I'm going to be lobbying radio stations, lots of mandem in music that I know, because they've been quiet. Where's all my G's at? Where are you? There's certain man that used to call me all the time. Yeah, radio DJs, certain people that I know within certain links and whatever. I ain't heard a word from these brothers. Yeah, some of them ain't even returning my calls, or when they do pick up to me, it's just a little strained. I'm not understanding why the brothers' whole demeanor's changed. Yeah, not understanding any of that. I really am not. I really don't get it. Yeah, I've put up the link there for anyone that wants to join as well. Let me tell you, it's real. It is real. The fear of exposure is real. And I believe that there's a lot of brothers out there who know that they've fallen foul somewhere. I'm not saying they're all pedophiles, but you know, they might like a little young skirt, a little young ting, as Kwaku put it, you know. And others have used that term, you know, terms like gyal and young ting. You know, when you look at it, it's so derogatory. What is a thing? To objectify the sisters in that way, even through the language, you can understand that there's a mindset going on with our brothers that has to change. Kwaku made a point when he put out his Facebook response to what I had done. And he said, you know, can a brother be blamed for every gal that he tried a ting with back in the day? What does that mean? Tried a ting with every gal? You know, these are slave terms, brothers and sisters. How dare brothers, men, our sons, fathers, uncles, cousins have this mindset? Like I was banging on in a couple of weeks ago in the live with the Bionic Steve thing, you know, the video where they're pointing it at the pavement. And there's some nutter raging in the background about batterying or running trains on girls. Someone suggested to me, actually, someone very close to my daughter's family suggested that it was her uncle. I'm still kind of deciding. I haven't spoken to him in years, and I can't. Some of the voice sounds like it could be him, and some of it doesn't, you know. So I'm not really sure. But if it is you, Simon Forrest, that is standing up next to Bionic Steve, chatting the things you're chatting, I am very disappointed in you, because the last time I saw you, you were emulating Sizzler Kalonji. You know, and now you're talking about running trains on girls back in the day. Well, if I knew that was you, I'd have slapped your face when I was around you, you know. But it would just be yet another paedophile or another perpetrator in my daughter's family. And you know, that's another story. Those are other stories for other days. Point of the matter is, anyway, is that we need to get boots on the ground. Sisters need to be represented. Yeah. And we need to have a show of alliance, because I'm telling you, if the community comes out, more of these victims will speak. It's the fear of retribution from the community, the trollers, the people calling them liars, which some of them have had all of their lives. Is that those are the things why we don't see more faces. Yeah. What I want to reiterate as well, to, you know, I've had a lot of kind of haters and people like that come on in the last week onto my DMs. And what I want to really illustrate again and again and again, and I'm going to keep saying it. Yeah. I am a mouthpiece for the scores of sisters in our community that has been to the police historically, that have told their families historically, and they've been shunned. They've been shunned, they've been demonized, they've been systemized, you know, put into mental institutions, called mad. What the hell is going on? You know, grandmothers calling their 8-year-old daughters temptresses, mothers calling their 8-year-old daughters temptresses. You know, there isn't much precedence in our community where the little boys speak out. You know, you're lucky if you get 1 and 2 when they grow into manhood. Lucky. The little boys aren't speaking out. They never will. You know, I can't say they never will. I pray and fast for a day that they will. And I would like to open up this platform. Well, I have done from day one. It's for all victims. It's for all victims. And we've learned through this journey as well that there are victims. Quincy has male victims. You know, there are many more, many more, especially in that Shirley Oaks, especially in Ebony Care. Many more young boys. Yeah. Young boys that were subjected to gang rapes in gangs, within prison, as a form of disrespecting them. But really what it is it's just another form of perpetration. It's control. Because one thing that we have to realize is that pedophilia and all of these things, they are not about sex. It's about control. It's about subjugating the individual is what it's about. Yeah. But anyway, let's move to the topic. I don't know how to get the moderators in. I really don't. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how to get the moderators in at the moment. Double D, join if you can via the link. You just tap the link and come in, and I think I have to let you in or something. So yeah, if you can do that, that'd be great to oversee the comments for me. Also, Sister Sean, I don't know if you're here. Give me a wave up if you're here. Okay, yeah, I've seen one of my moderators. Go to settings. Thank you. You see, this is like starting off Instagram all over again, isn't it? Settings. There we go. Okay, I can't remember what I did last. Okay, guess. Right, I think okay, so I can't see any guests. Okay, so there's no guests. If you guys join, then I can bring the guests in, but there's no guests at the moment. Here we go. There's one. Here we go. All right. Yes, man. All right. So Brother Day is going to be reading the comments, moderating, telling people when they're misbehaving. I saw it, go.
See the chat, I can't read it. Hold on. See if I can turn. Oh yeah, I can turn on the comments.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't read it. See if I can turn on the comments.
All right. So we shall do that and put up the link again.
Can you go to settings, Afua?
Yeah, I went to settings.
And then community and add the mods, innit?
Sorry?
And then community and add.
Say it again.
The mods, innit? Sorry? Yeah, so go in settings and then go to community and then add mods, like moderators. So go in settings and then go to community and
it doesn't give me that option like that on this.
Add mods, like moderators.
Yeah, it doesn't do it like this. I'm not sure why. No, I think that's when you're direct on YouTube or something, but it's not really giving me that. Not really giving me that at the moment, my brother. But you can see the comments.
If someone click the link, so if the person that you want to come on. So if the person that you want to come on. Yeah, if the person that you want to come on click on the link, you'll be able to add them.
Yeah, this like if somebody wants to come on and talk like on Instagram, but you've got a mad feedback as well. Maybe jump out, brother, and just try and manage the comments from the comments, if that makes sense. Have you got two devices there or something?
Hold on, I'm gonna mute myself and fix that.
Yeah. Right. So basically, let me take you off, bro, and try and manage the comments from the comments. I don't know. I'm gonna yeah. I think that's probably the better way to do it. No?
Still hearing the feedback?
No, I can't hear the feedback. Can you hear me? There's a bit of a delay. My internet's a bit dodgy today. Yeah. So I was going to say,
can you hear me now?
If you come out.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so if someone clicks on the link that you send, then you can add them. Okay?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so I'll be reading out the comments, so you can carry on talking.
Okay.
This person that's called Katie that want to find out if I've actually spoken to talk to any of the victims. I actually have.
Okay.
You know.
Well, okay. We'll deal with that later. Let me move on to the first person for the night. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Dr. Paul. Now, that's not the Dr. Paul that you called out from Jamaica, although this guy is of Jamaican origin. But it's the Dr. Paul that lived in the UK in Peckham. And let me tell you, this individual called Dr. Paul, I want to know where he is. I want to know why we haven't heard from man. You understand? I haven't heard a word about him. And this guy is literally somebody, a prolific offender that was running around the streets of Peckham, of Dulwich, and these areas that he frequented, kidnapping little girls off the street, raping them, molesting them, and carrying on. And he paints himself as an upstanding member of the community, as usual. I mean, I'm just so fed up to my back teeth. Yeah. Fed up to my back teeth of these individuals that, they always have a cover, don't they? I was saying earlier on in one of my comments a couple of days ago that Ted Bundy actually was somebody that was very well respected within his community. He was almost a celebrity at one point. Everybody loved this guy. They thought he was good looking. They thought that he was charming, all of these things. And this man turned out to be one of the most prolific and notorious serial killers that in the history of the earth. So when people say, "Oh, I know this person, he wouldn't do that," it's so naive. It's so naive. Were you a fly on the wall in these people's lives, whether it's Dr. Paul or the next person that I'm going to talk about, because actually that person is on another level and he's not even a paedophile. He's a living perpetrator. You see, Dr. Paul, you're a nasty, disgusting individual. You need to brock up your folly ground, as my mother and my father used to say, brock up your folly ground, because we're coming for you. We are coming for you, and there will be court cases, Dr. Paul. What is that anyway? What are you a doctor of? Is what I'd like to know. Yeah, it makes me very, very angry when I see these people still parading around our community. Yeah, he's a big predator, Mandy Candy, for true. Yeah, he's a big predator, and he's managed to kind of duck beneath the radar for quite some time. Rat was somebody that everybody knew what he was dealing with. To some extent, he didn't really hide his thing. He did it true badmanism and came up front with his thing. But you see these ones in the shadows, especially them, your time's up. Your time is so big time up. So we will be getting a picture of him, and we will be making sure that he's on the banner list, because there's certain people that need to be on the banner list when it comes onto the march onto 16th of October. Yeah, we know it's a wider thing than that. There's literally hundreds of thousands of them all over the place, but there's certain people that need to go on the banner list. Vincent Ratt, Eamon Edwards, Victor Lindsay, yeah, Dr. Paul, 100%, because the level that he was dealing with, Mr. Dr. Paul, is absolutely, honestly, I just don't have words for it anymore. I don't. You know, you got certain men that love the young gal, love the young thing. Yeah, that's what they did. They and you know they groomed these girls, so it wasn't exactly full rape in that way with menaces. You know, it wasn't violent rape by random perpetrators that were just kidnapping people. It wasn't that. It was girls that believed that they were in a relationship with these older men at 14 and 15, and the man is in his 40s. Yeah.
There's this person called Mary McTaggart or something. See if you can block her.
No. We don't block that sister there. Why?
I don't know why she's picking on me. You know,
she's picking on you. Or yourself. No. We don't block Sister Mary McTaggart. Not at all.
Okay.
But
we'll
I don't know
it.
Why. Yeah. Brothers moderating the comments at the moment. All Black TV. Can you join the link?
Yeah, join the link. Afua, they're saying people are asking what's the dress code for the march.
The dress code is red. Want
red.
Everybody in red. The red signifies the blood of the spill, of the fallen, because many people have died, especially at the hands of Rat and people like that. Yeah. You know, it's a color of alarm. We want to ring the alarm. That's what we want to do. I might dig up that song actually and have that as a theme. We want to ring the alarm is what we're doing. You understand? And as I said, it's a landmark move because I can't remember a march whereby it was. Sorry?
I want to apologize to Mary. She was just saying I'm distracting on the screen.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, but it's hard. Yeah,
so sorry,
it's
sorry,
slightly
sister.
Distracting. Sorry?
I said I'm telling the sister and sorry, innit? I thought she was saying I should go away.
Oh, no. Oh, that's better. I've turned my volume up now so I can hear you a lot better. I'm going to flash up the link again because it can get lost in the chats, can't it? Let's do that. But yeah, Dr. Paul, nasty, disgusting man. And anybody that knows him, please DM me. Victims of his, please DM me. His real name is Paul Graham. That's his real name. Paul Graham. Yeah. Frequented, I don't know where he lives now, but back in the day, he frequented Southeast London, around the Peckham, Dulwich type of area is what he did. We need to get his victims in as well. He's on par with Rat in terms of his prolific nature. Tony Buttons, he's got that kind of modus operandi, you know? He's got that kind of modus operandi like Tony Buttons, literally taking little girls off the street.
Clarify about the face mask again, because a lot of people are asking about it.
All right, so we will be providing logoed face masks on the day for people that want to purchase those. I can't tell you how much they're going to be yet, but they won't be much money.
Someone said they're selling them already. Someone's already said in the chat they're selling them for £2.
Who's selling them for £2? Red? No, it's red masks, like just red.
Yeah,
masks.
Someone said, "Oh great!" Someone said, "Oh great, red mask, £2 each." Katie Powell said that.
Yeah, like they're £2 each on, I don't know, Amazon or something, probably.
Amazon, okay.
So yeah, red masks. And as I said, that is to protect the victims and the survivors, because you know not everybody wants to show their face. So let's all not show our face, so nobody can actually pick any one person out of the crowd in that regard. But it's also to signify the voiceless and the faceless, you know? So yeah, red mask and red, at least a red t-shirt or a red top, jumper, whatever. If you can find that, that's what I'm asking everybody to do. Let's wear red. Let's ring the alarm and show the urgency of the situation. And the march route is going to be rallying at Windrush Square first and foremost. Yeah, rallying at Windrush Square first and foremost. And then we're going to march to Gresham Road Police Station because those people are complicit. They've not been doing their jobs properly, and we're demanding justice. They should have been doing their jobs from long ago. That's better, actually, Double D. That'll work.
Yeah.
They should have been doing their jobs from long ago, and they haven't been doing their jobs. So I'm indicting Brixton Police. I mean, when are they not indicted? Whether they're killing our black men or denying our black women justice, they need to be indicted. We need justice. We have to have justice. When people say, oh, why don't you go to the police? So many people have. This is what they don't realize. Oh, where's the evidence? Check the police with their historic evidence. Time after time after time. Even people like LB back in 1990, whatever, went to the police. Nothing came of it. 0.9% of historic sexual abuse court cases, it ends in a conviction. 0.9%. Just let that settle for a while. 0.9% of cases, historic sexual abuse cases that are brought to court, result in a conviction. 0.9%. So you tell me what the recourse is. These people get away with it time and time and time again. And I fully respect the men that have been falsely accused. Yeah. As I said, a few lives back, I bagged those women in the same pot as the perpetrators themselves, because it's a perpetration to wrongly accuse a man of a thing like that. Yeah. But this is not what this is. Time after time after time, victim after victim after victim coming forward and saying, yes, he did this to me, and I wasn't believed. Yeah. So I don't really care who wants to see the evidence. You're not the court of law. You're not the CPS. You're not going to be presented with that kind of evidence here online. It's just not going to happen. Not going to happen. Yeah. It will happen at the appointed time when the authorities are ready to do their job. Then we will present the evidence. Yeah. Then you will get more of a handle on who's saying what when there is a court case going on, because that is the eventual end game for a lot of these people. And that may take a lot of time. It takes on average about 2.5 years, 3 years to get a historic sexual abuse case to court, especially if it's, a long time ago. When it came to the Jimmy Savile thing, they were years building that case before we heard about it. Yeah, they actually waited until he died, but that's another story. So people need to be very, very cognizant of what is going on and stop asking these stupid questions. I get very, very upset for the victims. It's not me. It's not my life. A lot of this stuff, I've dealt with my stuff years ago in terms of my own sexual abuse as a child. Yeah, that's not my thing. It's not what I'm carrying on my shoulders. What I hold is a true empathy with the many, many victims that are going through what they're going through. I hold that empathy, and I'm saying enough's enough. His time is up. His time is up. That his is whoever your perpetrator is, sisters and brothers. That his time is up. You don't have to come onto this platform and call them out. Start talking about it. Start blowing him up in the family, and her up, because there is a lot of female perpetrators, and at some point I will be moving to them. I do get DMs about women, from women and from men about women that have abused them. A lot of that going on. And Double D, there's too much of that Aguana, Jamaica. I don't know what these women are doing in Jamaica.
I don't even know when that's gonna change. It's something
the little young boy them. What
that
is it?
Ingrained in the culture.
Ingrained in the culture. Yeah. And yes, we did bring a degree of it from the plantation. But as I said, stories for other days. That is, there's a deeper depth to that. But the plantation did not help the situation at all. And we've brought that forward into our families. We need to stop. We need to listen. These are the future. This is the womb of the nation. These are black women who birth your children, who are your mothers, and they're just getting abused wholesale in our community. And I say we've had enough of it. We need to stand up. His time is up. Join that march on the 16th of October. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of security on that day, a hell of a lot of security on that day. Yeah. And we will also be notifying the authorities of what we are doing. Yeah, that's what's going to be happening. So we need to get it out there, put it up on all your socials. Yeah, if you are radio DJs, contact me. I know a few myself, and I'm not asking them. I ain't asking them. I'm demanding that they run the ads, get the word out there, the best way we can. And expect press on the day as well, because they'll be there as well. And another reason for the face mask, because you know what black people are like. They ain't want to be showing their face if there's press around. But we want to raise the profile of this thing. Yeah. And we want to show these perpetrators that actually we're not scared of you. We are not scared of you. We will come out. We will do a Selma. Yeah. Like Dr. Martin Luther King, and link arms shoulder to shoulder. And I want to see which one of us you're going to target when we're in our red mask, shoulder to shoulder. Which one of us will you be targeting? Which one of our sisters will you be targeting? You nasty perpetrators. Dr. Paul, I want him. I want to know where he is. I want to know what he looks like, because I don't have a picture of him at the moment. Yeah. And I want to make sure that every single man, woman, and child in our community sees that man's face, and make sure that they keep their children safe from him. He's disgusting.
Someone called Shaz Lane want me to ask if the march has been risk assessed.
We are definitely next week. We're at the end of this week now. Yes, all of the correct procedures are being put into place, because we realize we have to do a risk assessment of the area. Of course, it will need to be risk assessed, but that hasn't been done as yet. Yeah. That's all in process. The whole thing is in process. And that brings me to my next point. So if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I'm very loath to talk about money. But things cost, and this march will cost. It's costing already. And we need donations. I'm advocating that if everybody donates £1, we've got 4,500 people and 1.6k people here on this page. If everybody donates £1, then we can make the numbers. Other than that, it's all going to come out of my pocket. Now, I'm willing to do that, but I don't want to have to. I want our community for once to actually show strength and to show that we can do something for ourselves in the name of something good. Because if it was a dance or the latest sound system was coming over, nobody would think twice about paying £10 or £25 or whatever it is for that ticket. So why
people want to know where they donate?
So where you donate is right here. So that's the information up there. Yeah, it's at the bottom of the screen. You can donate via Cash App, or you can donate onto the GoFundMe page, which is being managed by our wonderful sister SP. If you've been in the lives on Instagram, you know who she is. And yeah, she's managing it. I don't want it near me. I want somebody else to manage it. I don't want anybody to be able to come and try to bring this campaign into disrepute because of money, or trying to say that I'm out for money or anything like that. But as I say, it's fitting that we should be able to support ourselves in this effort, and for others to be able to support us in this effort. Well, I'll tell you another thing. When it comes on to European female organizations of this nature, they don't have any problem with their own community supporting them. So we need to do that, and I need to stop being shy about that. I'm shy about that because we've been robbed so much as a community by our own,
Come on, guys, everybody jump in and give £1.
Give £1, that's all. Just give £1, that's all. Everyone can afford £1. I'm very aware of the impact of COVID over there, and the economy, and the fact that people have lost their jobs, furloughed, whatever. Furlough's ending. I was reading about it the other day, and I'm very aware of that. And I know, look, as a community, we're not Black America, we're Black Britain, and as a community, we ain't the richest people. People struggle. You understand? I'm not no politician that grew up with a silver spoon in my mouth. I've struggled in my lifetime, so I get it. And at the end of the day, you know, some people might have the heart to want to give, but don't feel able that they could even spare that £5. But I'm saying that everybody can afford a £1. Everybody can afford that. So £1 from each person. If you want to give more, brilliant, love it. Thank you for your generous support. But I'm saying the mandate, let's just have it like £1. Do that. And if everybody does that, then we're able to meet the mark. So yeah, information is at the bottom of the screen. And okay, so yeah, information is at the bottom of the screen. I'm going to leave that up there for a while. Okay, good.
Some people are saying they're not tech savvy as well. So for people that's not tech savvy, what do they do?
If you're not tech savvy, I don't know what to say. Neither am I. But I did manage to download the Cash App. You can download the Cash App via your Play Store or your Apple iStore, whatever it is on your phone, and it will just take you through the steps. It's really, really easy. Like even for me, the biggest technophobe ever. Everyone knows how to Google GoFundMe. There's the address at the bottom. It's support Sister Afua in her mission. Yeah. And just Google that and jump on. I'm
Also,
sure.
is there a Cash App link? Yeah, there is.
Yeah,
It's
it's there.
running across the screen.
It's running across the screen. It's # AfuaSpeaks. So it's really, really simple. Really, really simple. And yeah, that will go towards the masks, and we want to print some T-shirts, the banners, the stage, the PA system.
I think if you put it in the chat, sis, maybe they can click on it.
Okay. How do we do that? Give me a second. Yeah, I can do that, I think. The Cash App, I'm not sure about that one.
I think you go in Cash App and share the link. I'm not sure how.
I can't do that right now in this chat, but because I'm on my laptop actually, and it's on my phone, so I don't know how to do that. Yeah, or maybe I'll try. But yeah, man, I can put the GoFundMe one here in the chat. Be nice if my thing was working and not frozen at this moment in time. Okay, not sure what's happening there. It's not going in. But yeah, can you stop that? Just gonna have to try it.
You have to cut and paste it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, but my thing's sick sometimes. Oh, here it goes. Right, so the GoFundMe link is right there.
Yeah, that's better. Now people can click on that.
Yeah, they can click on that. So it's there. It's in the chat right now. Cash App, let me try. So I can do that. It's mad, isn't it? I tell you. Yeah, well, it's literally, I mean, when it comes on to the Cash App, the link is really simple. So it is, yeah, that's it. So that's the Cash App link also in the chat. Oh, no, that's not it. Sorry. What I've just done that. So yeah, a bit of housekeeping out the way there. There we are. So that's the Cash App. All right. So yeah, donate. Even if it's just £1. If you want to give more, that's great. And we've got the 2 links there for you to be able to get on. It's also running at the bottom of the screen as well. Very, very simple. Cash App is really easy. I was like, ooh, Cash App, what's that? But once I got into it, you just download it. It takes you through the prompts, and then you can kind of set yourself up, and then you've got a Cash App. So yeah. So Mark Mackay. Mark Mackay. Sorry, I keep flashing people's names up. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, my sister. for doing that. I'm so sorry. Bear
That
with me.
that
I
person
really,
that say I'm interrupting, tell them that I'm moderating the thing.
yeah,
Stop doing
he is moderating at the moment. So please, can you guys just kind of leave him alone? He's moderating at the moment. I'm going to find out how to do it properly. I'm sure this is not the way. There must be another way. I think this is the way. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, it is the way. Yeah. All right, cool. So yeah, I want to talk about Mark Mackay. I really want to talk about him at the moment because he's not. He hasn't been called out as a paedophile. He hasn't been called out as that. But what he has been called out by several women is that he is the most psychopathic woman beater. I mean, the stories that I've heard are just unreal for what he's done to women, you know. And I was asked to call him out by several women. He'd been sitting around in my DMs for a bit of a while, and as I say, I work off the power of 3. So now that we've got more than that, you know, it's his time. His time is up. Now, there's been a backlash from his followers or his supporters, namely his niece and different people making comments on the page and what have you. And again, I will say to people, are you a fly on the wall in this man's life? Because people don't rape their daughters and beat their wives at the family party. They don't do it when they've got company around. They do it in secret between them and their victim. This is what you people need to understand. This is what they do. You know, I just despair sometimes at the denial objective that is so apparent in our community. I just absolutely despair. Absolutely despair. And I think to myself, well, you know, what is your method of rationale? What is the method of rationale? You know, trying to get this thing off the screen. I don't want it to stay there. What is your method of rationale? Because, you know, you cannot swear for anybody. You don't know what people do behind closed doors. Yeah, they don't do it in public. When do you see people raping people in the street? When do you see that? When did they say, oh, do you know what? I announced my daughter last night. They're going to come and tell you that? Or they're going to come and admit that they're beating up their wife in public, in private? Yeah? This man, Mark Mackay, is an absolute psychopath, is what he is. Yeah? And for those that say, oh, well, I've known him all my life and he's a wonderful guy, or he helped mentor my son. Well, of course he did. Of course he did. Vincent Rapp paints himself as a community leader and somebody who's here for the community. Meanwhile, he's ripping the community off left, right, and center. So I don't really care what those people say. There are women who have suffered under Mark Mackay. Nasty, evil, horrible woman beater. And I'm not just talking about giving the woman a couple of claps. I'm not talking about that level. I'm talking about the worst kind of level. You know, it's an absolute miracle that he hasn't murdered any of them to the level of beatings that he gives these women. Yeah. So he's a perpetrator and he deserves to be called out. He deserves to be called out. Listen, this isn't even in question. Yeah. Sisters have presented evidence about this man. Where you gone, Double D? Sisters have have presented evidence about this man. You know? So I don't want to hear it from these family members and these friends and these ex-girlfriends. I put up a statement that said he's beaten just about every woman that he's ever been with. No, I haven't heard from every single woman he's ever been with. But I did hear from some of his victims that felt that that was the case. And that's why I made that statement. That's why I put that up there. What you see me call out and put up, okay, is what I'm being told. None of it comes from me. I don't just kind of have this notion and imagine what's going on and decide I'm going to do this. It's intel. Yeah, it is information. My camera on this thing is really rubbish. Oh my God. Yeah, it's information. Oh, that was a bit better. I think it was a bit foggy. It's intel, it's information that comes to me. I never ever do anything. Oh, way better. I never ever do anything that somebody doesn't want me to do. I never coerce people. I never encourage them to call out people. Yeah, I listen. I hear what they've got to say. Okay, hang on. I hear what they've got to say. Oh, okay. Yeah, I hear what they've got to say, and I act accordingly. You know, I ask them. There's always a key question that I ask people, and that key question is, what do you want to do about it? Do you want to represent to the police if they've been to the police already? Do you want to try to get them to open back the case? Do you want to go to the police if you haven't done so already? Or do you want me to call them out? What is it you want? What is going to give you the most peace? Those are the questions that I ask, brothers and sisters. What's going to give you the most peace, sister? Yeah. Some of them say just talking to you, Afua, just getting it out of me, out of themselves. Yeah. That's what gives them the peace. Some of them say, well, throwing it, throwing that grenade into their own families. Some of them will say that. But many, many, many of them say, I want him exposed. I want him exposed. And not really, what people have to understand as well is that when these people go into operation, and when they do the things that they do to children and to vulnerable women, yeah, the key thing is silence, especially with the pedophiles. Shh, don't bother tell your mother. Don't say nothing. If you say something, you will shame the family. You will break the family up. You tell an 8-year-old child or a 7-year-old child or a 5-year-old child that, when that's the only thing they know, their whole orbit, their whole world is their family. Yeah. That's enough. You don't have to be the bogeyman and, be extra scary with the child. All you've got to do is do what you're doing and tell them not to tell, because it will break the family up or they might be blamed. It's very simple. It's simple psychology, and it works on children, and it works on vulnerable sisters. Because when a man beats you, to a pulp, and especially a man that you love or you have feelings for, the level of confusion that enters into that woman's head, the level of conflict that is entered into, yeah, nobody can really weigh that. It's a very conflicting space to be in, because yesterday you love that guy and today you hate him and love him at the same time. And that's why women go back. That's why they stay, So we need to be very aware of those things. We need to be very, very aware of those things. Double D, have you given up? Oh my word. Let me I'm going to put the link back in the chat as well, so that people get it again. Here we go. Because I want to start taking some calls actually, and hearing from you guys. Oh God, I've done it again. Sorry, somebody's comment. I don't think my mouse is working very well today. Dear oh dear. Right, here we go. I think it's my thing, yeah. So look, it's in the comment, it's highlighted, and that's the link that you join if you want to join the chat tonight. I want to hear from some sisters, man. I want to hear what people think, And where are all these people that like to come into the comments and chat what they chat? I never understand why they don't come on and say what they've got to say. Why they hide behind fake profiles? Thanks, Double D. Why they hide behind fake profiles? And don't come out and say what you've got to say with your chest. Come out and say it. There will be extra security at the Mark Bionic Riz. Okay, unsavory people are always going to be looking to distract anything they do. They're unsavory people. This is what they do. They disrupt and they distract. Disrupt, yeah. They disrupt and they distract. And this is what they do. This is what they do. But we're not afraid of them. Just like at the Battle of Trafalgar on the 13th of June last year, when we were in Trafalgar Square, protesting or protecting actually grandmothers, uncles, aunties, and what have you. And we were attacked by Tommy Robinson's men of the EDL. And when I say attacked, I mean attacked. It was like a war zone down there. You know, they had like fireworks and nail bombs and all sorts of stuff. And none of it came on the news. It all went out on social media. So, you know, we're used to that kind of thing. We had no protection that day as well. So I'm very aware of what could or could not happen. I'm not saying we're going to get attacked like that. I don't think the little cowards would come anywhere near it. And that's why I've deliberately put it between 12 and 5 p.m. because I don't want sunset to catch us down in Brixton. Yeah. I say us, I'll be on a screen. Yes, fair enough. But yeah, I wouldn't want women to be left in the dark still protesting with people in Brixton and you know, those adverse people, those adversaries, that's the word I'm looking for, with the adversaries stalking around, but in broad daylight with lots of security and the police policing the march. I don't think they'd try, to be fair. They can try and disrupt it how they like, but it's not going to happen. And we will pray against that. They're not going to be able to deal with the energy. Let me tell you something. Yeah. If you don't know who you are already, know who you are. Because you see, when it comes to the power of our people, and particularly our females, when we decide to turn our head to something as women, yeah, there's no force that can stop it. That's what you guys need to understand out here. There is absolutely no force that can stop that. And this thing is ordained. I've been saying it from day one. It found me. I didn't find it. Yeah. And I've prayed on it so much. I've heard from the Spirit, and the Spirit says, press on. There's days, let me tell you, that I'm in despair. I don't want to do this anymore. Yeah. It is very stressful. It has caused implosions even within my own family. Yeah. Amongst my brood. You understand? I'm not popular for doing this. Not at all. But I refuse. I absolutely refuse to allow these perpetrators to continue any longer in our community. I'm not having it. I'm not having it, people. Yeah. Enough is enough is enough. At one point, I thought I was going mad when I was heavily involved in direct therapy. You know, when I was doing a lot of one-to-ones and taking private clients and stuff like that, which I don't do anymore because of the age, the energy that leaves behind. You know, but this is this all over again. I have conversations on a daily basis with sisters that have been hideously abused. I'm sick of it. And all I hear, especially from the Afrocentric community, of which I am a part of, I belong to that community. You know, I've been a Afrocentric, if you like, well, pretty much all my life. My parents were very staunch people. But actively, I've been Afrocentric and a Pan-Africanist since I was 18 years old. Yes, my brother.
There's someone in the chat called Katie Powell saying brown people always police themselves. What does that mean? Who's brown people?
I don't know what they mean by brown people. Do you mean black people? Yeah. Well, look, of course we always police ourselves, but at the end of the day, we pay our council tax, don't we? I know I paid enough of it over time to ensure that we have a service. And most people know that the police are public servants, so that's what they're there to do. If you utilize them correctly, they have to stay on job. Simple as that. Yeah. And on something like a march, you know, they can't. It's very visual. They can't kind of mess it up, can they? Like they do these historic investigations or the murder investigations or whatever they do in our community to allow these perpetrators to run rampant and to abuse our girl children. We're not having it anymore. You're not abusing our boys and you're not abusing our girls anymore. You're not doing that. And I'm urging Mandem to come out, because you're carrying something, my brothers, that is actually, you're re-perpetrating a lot of the time because you're carrying it, because you're not healing yourself. Yeah. We need to show that we can actually do something right. We can stand up for ourselves. And we are the only community that does not protect its women in that way. You try and go to a Muslim woman and try and see if you can violate her. Try even call after her too hard in certain Muslim areas like Whitechapel or whatever, and see if they don't chop off your head just for looking at her, you know? And I'm not advocating that. But what I'm saying is that there is a culture that looks to protect the women. And I'm not saying that that community doesn't abuse its women. It does heavily abuse its women, the Asian community. But, you know, that's their thing. Let them deal with it. I'm speaking and I'm standing up for my community, of which I'm a big part of. And I'm saying no more with this, you know. Join the march on the 16th and let's show some strength for once. I don't want to see 1 and 2 people there. And then later on that evening on the Saturday, there's a big dance at Brixton Academy and you've got hundreds of people out there. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that anymore. You know, Black women are very unprotected. And unfortunately, you know, I don't want to hear this thing either of I'm a man hater. Oh, please. Oh, please. If you ever know how I love man, you understand? 80% of my friends are men, you know, because of the sojourn with my mother and particularly one of my sisters who were just nasty people, and the way they were to me, I had a real issue trusting women. So I don't know what it was. From a very young age, I was a tomboy and I was just always around the man then, always around the boys, you know? So no one can't tell me that I hate my brothers. No way. You understand? Not me. And not the, if you go back, if you like, put it this way, I'm not on social media historically because I just didn't mess with it. You know, I didn't fuck with it, as people say, at the end of the day. But if you were on the circuit back in the day, you will know me if you were on that circuit. Yeah. And you will hear my rhetoric. It's always about the brothers. Always, always about the brothers. If anything, I was quite critical of sisters back in the day. Yeah. Because there was things they were doing that wasn't right. And it can't always be the brothers. And I made a stand to say, well, look, everybody goes on about the errant black man. Let me talk about what's going on with our sisters. Yeah. And that's what I've continued doing, because I'm able to critique our sisters. I'm one of them. You know, it's family business. It's the way I see it at the end of the day. But join the link if you want to speak. Yeah. Kind of quiet tonight. We're going to wrap it up quick. Oh, Katie Powell, what is black? Not getting into that. Not getting into that. Are we brown? Are we black? Are we African? Are we from Al Kebulan? That's not today. That's not today. We'll have a theological or a debate of principle another time. Today we're talking about victims, and we're talking about perpetrators, and we're talking about the march, and we're talking about the community galvanizing behind those victims and showing them, actually, we do believe you. Yeah. Not everybody is a paedophile denier. Yeah. Not everybody is that. And we actually believe you. Let's show these sisters that we believe them. Too many broken women around. Look, I say Brixton, there's broken women everywhere from this thing. But Brixton is where I go, or have been in the past, when I lived there. And there's too many broken sisters. In my line of work, too many broken sisters. And what the system does is they roll them over all over again. Imagine you are raped at the age of 5. 5. You know, there's something that says, give me a child from 0 to 7 and I will give you the adult. I believe it was Sigmund Freud that said that, or some therapist. Give me a child from 0 to 7 and I will show you the adult. And that is so true. You know, most of our kind of personality traits form between 0 and 7 years old. Anything else, we just kind of socialize and build personas on top of that. But our core self, your core personality traits come in that space. So if you're violated in that space, if you are completely turned inside out between 0 and 7 particularly, but any part of your childhood, to be fair, but that is a crucial time. You know, what kind of adult is that going to make? What kind of adult is that going to make? Yeah. An angry adult a lot of the time, a displaced adult a lot of the time. Yeah. That's what it's going to make. It's going to make a disturbed person. And that's what we see going forward. So then they get into the system, they meet an abusive partner often. I'm running the absolute stereotype of that situation. But unfortunately, it's a stereotype that's very informed. It's a stereotype that's very, very not unusual. It's not unusual, unfortunately. So they get into an abusive relationship going forward. They're further abused at that point. They end up having children into that relationship. And then the system comes along and abuses them again. Mental health, diagnosis, taking away their children, which is for any mother, even a bad mother, is one of the most traumatic things that you can take. You know, I was involved in that in the early part of my career. You know, never seen anything like it. Even the most abused child, if you turn up as a social worker with the police to remove that child from their parent, they will hang on for dear life. It is absolutely heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking for all concerned. You know, I had to drop myself out of all of that. Not good. Not good. There must be another way to deal with this. You can't be ripping children away from their mothers unless that mother is an absolute psycho, like Myra Hindley or something. You know, you need to find a way to work with those families and work to bring that sister up. You know, bring her up, because they just ignore the past of that woman a lot of the time. You know, they use it against them a lot of the time. You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will definitely be talking to I got a friend that works on City Lock. Well, two
Okay.
friends. So
Hmm.
I'll be talking to them about advertising the march on City Lock Radio.
Yeah, man. Just find out what the terms are, and we will deal with that. Definitely, we can have a conversation about that, my brother. And I want to see a lot of men on this march. Yeah, when no one come up for badness or to check women or do whatever you people do. I want to see, where are they? Where are all the community heads? Where are all these big shot brothers? Yeah. As we get closer, you know, if you people don't hit me up, I'm gonna call your name. I'm gonna ask why. There's certain people who say that they stand for the community, who talk about protecting our great black African queens. Oh yeah, yeah. No one know where them there, because they've been very silent. Yeah, there's those that have attempted to show their support, and I've never seen them since. All they've done is get the information and try to set up their own platforms on the back of it. Yeah, and there's a particular one. Mm? You know who you are. You know the conversations that we had. You know the appointments that we had, my brother. You know who you are. Yeah. All you did was get information and disappear and seek to want to have some kind of meeting or conference or whatever it is that you were going to do with it. I don't know if you did that. I'm not there to see it. But if that person did it, yeah, I'll rip you a new ass next week, I swear. Because I'm so upset by people trying to fly on the coattails of this campaign. Yeah. Why they never speak up before me? Why me? Why little old me? Why am I doing it? So many people that have got huge platforms that have never said a word about any of this. And they knew what was going on in Brixton. So many people. You brothers is who I'm talking to. So stand and be counted. Stand with your sisters, with your wives, your daughters, your women. Stand with your women, because we've actually had enough now. We've actually had enough of it. We can't be having a past where we've gone through so much degradation on the plantations through slavery, and then our men spring up and give us exactly the same treatment. It's not acceptable. Absolutely not acceptable. You know? No one wants to speak. Can anyone join the link? Double D did it. How do I invite
Put
people
it
to
back
speak?
in. Put the link back in the chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna find it and do it. It's there. It's there again, and there again. So if anybody does want to speak, in fact, put a one up if you do. I'm going to put the link in anyway, but put up a one if you want to speak. And I think I can actually invite you individually as well. I think that's how it works. Double D. I'm going to put it back in the chat again. Ugh, I think my laptop's a bit sticky. That's what it is. Not dirty sticky, but it's just not cutting and pasting as quickly as I'd like it to be fair. I'm not sure why. I need a new one. Hey. Yeah, it's not doing it. But
Can
like,
you
yeah, if you go
can
back
you
in the
pin?
chats, it's there.
Someone say
Sorry.
to try and pin the comment at the top.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, but I'm trying to find back the comment. A lot going on in there. Trying to find where I put it before. If I pin it to the screen, it's just people are going to literally have to write it out. So I'm trying to get it into the comment again.
I think you can pin it in the actual comment.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Mm.
Anyway, um, yeah, man, the brothers need to stand up now. Not heard from one of them. They're talking about, oh, when there's a court case, we'll say something. Why? That says to me there's something at the back of your mind that doubts what's going on, that doubts what these sisters are saying. How can you doubt it? How can you doubt it when many of you had these men as brethrens? Hmm? They had these men as brethrens. They did. Yeah. Mark Mackay. Honestly, nasty piece of work. Nasty piece of work. Running around, apparently he drives a community bus or a school bus. That's it. He drives a school bus and, paints himself as this wonderful person in the community. You're an absolute psycho, man. You're a disgrace. I can't even believe the things I've heard about you, Mark Mackay. You're disgusting. Disgusting. And I'm inviting you, actually, Mr. Mark Mackay, seeing as you're so upstanding, yeah, seeing as that your people are saying that that you would never do this and it's all a lie and all the rest of it, come here and defend yourself. So what? You never hear from them. You always hear from their supporters that they've probably asked people to go on and try to clear their names for them. You never hear from them. Buzzer was the only one that was bright enough to actually show his face and come on the live. And what happened when we actually ascertained who he really was? Ain't heard from him since. Ain't heard from his daughters that were all over my DMs. Where are you people? Why hasn't Rat ever been on? Why hasn't Eamon Edwards ever been on instead of starting that pathetic YouTube channel? That sinister thing that he tried to do. They never come forward. Never
Not,
ever do they come forward.
not come no.
Where's Quincy, for instance? Why hasn't he come on? Where are they? Bionic Steve, all of them. You're open. It's a public forum. Come on and state your case. That's what I'd like to see. None of them. You know why? They are afraid. That's what they are. And that means that we're doing the right thing. That means we're impacting these people. We're impacting them, because I'm telling you, I lie to you not. The best way ever to shame a paedophile is is exposure. To shame them and reclaim your power from them. Yeah? To mash up their power base is to expose them, because these people operate in the shadows. They need, excuse me, they need the secrecy. They need the shadows in order to operate. Yeah? As I said before, they don't do what they're doing in the cold light of day, do they? You don't see them outside the shopping center trying to do what they do. They're always under the radar, trying to be under the radar. They're always trying to hush their victims into secrecy to protect their nastiness. That's what it is. So the minute, yeah. Okay, Asher Johnson, I've just seen that. I know you're doing this, Double D. But you see the one who wants to have a raging conversation about what black is and the legal dictionary. It's not the place. Go on to another forum where they're debating these things and talk about that. Put him in timeout, or her, whoever that is, please. Can you do that?
I don't think so.
I know I can somehow. Don't worry, man. I'm going to master this thing in the coming weeks. I was getting pretty good on Instagram, but I am definitely going to master this thing in the coming weeks. It doesn't come easily to me, trust me. Right. Yeah. There's a way that you can do it, but I don't know how to do that right now, so they'll have to rage on. Hang on a minute. Hang on. I might have... Oh, yes. They're in timeout. Hey, I like this platform. Bam! You're in timeout. Yeah? If you behave yourself, you can come back. But this is not the chat for that. Not the chat for that. I'd love all those trolls to come on to this one now.
That's only for 5 minutes, right?
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
well, when they come back, we'll put them in again. Yeah, loving the timeout thing, the naughty step thing. Loving that. Is it a her, this person?
It says Asher Johnson. I don't know.
Asher sounds like a man, innit? That's somebody.
Yeah,
I'm the
like
Ras anyway. It's someone born in December.
I think she can still hear, but she can't
They can
comment.
still hear it, but they can't comment. They can't do anything. Yeah. But yeah,
That's good.
if you wanna come back in, stay with the theme of the evening. That's what we're doing. We're streamlining everything now. I'm actually glad they took my videos down from Instagram because they did it. I'd actually set this all up and decided I was going to go on YouTube, and it was today. I was looking for a video, and I thought, hold on. I went on my Instagram and I thought, hold on, where's all the videos gone? I thought it was something wrong with my phone, but then the penny dropped, and I thought, okay, I've got a feeling it might be a drive by Mark Mackay and his people then, because it's funny how his picture comes out and suddenly they've managed to take all the videos down. They usually only take one, but and and is it going to stop your face, Mark Mackay, being on a placard on October the 16th? No, it won't. Yeah. So whatever they want to do on social media, it's not going to silence us. It's not going to silence us. I will put a cohort on the streets of Brixton every single Friday night if all of my socials get shut down. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll put a cohort and I'll make sure there's a big screen up with me doing my lives in that way. How about that?
It's,
You know, you're not going to
there's a
stop.
person. There's a person called All About the Black TV that says they're trying to be a mod. So are you getting a request?
Yeah. I haven't got the request. Let me see. Hold on. You just sort of popped up, actually. So I don't think it's in the settings that I did that, is it?
I think I
Hmm.
saw something pop up as well.
Yeah, you just popped in. Like if you join the link, you just pop in. That's what happens. I think they might be trying to be a mod from where they are, which is good. Yeah, all about the black TV. Like that name, lovely name. One thing about the Instagrams is that I could get up and go toilet in it and get a little break, get a little spliff break. Whereas this just goes on and on. So yeah, but that's not a bad thing.
All
It's a
About
bit
the Black
boring.
TV saying they have to be invited. So I don't know.
I don't know how I do that. That's the thing. Let me see.
Oh yeah, he's trying to be a moderator. He's not trying to come on live.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. No, I don't know how to do it. I can either put you in timeout or block you, and I don't want to do that. So I don't know how you do it. Yeah, yeah. Don't worry. By next week we'll have this down pat. It's all very new. It's gonna happen a particular way. Okay, so yeah, I've just changed that. Don't know what that was about. Honestly, honestly. Okay, you can see double D there. Yeah, man, it's just really crucial that we support each other at this time, and I think oh God, how do I invite you then? Hang on 1 second, guys. Okay, that's not it. Yeah, I'll figure it out at some point. Definitely, I will figure it out at that point. At some point, I will figure it out. Don't worry. Um, Look, it is what it is. We have to be seen to be supporting our sisters, man. It's like enough's enough now. I keep saying it. I'm going to repeat it. Enough is enough. Support the sisters. Come out on October 16th. Stand up and be counted. Put on a red mask. Put on a red top. Be it that a t-shirt or a coat or whatever you have. You know, even if you don't, like £1 in Primark or something, right? Or is it £2 these days? You can get something. Um, and yeah, click the likes on the video as well. If nobody wants to speak, I'm going to wrap up because we can go on all evening. I can chat for England anyway, so I could be here for another 2 hours making the point about how nasty and disgusting these people are and about how it's high time that we as a community stood up together, shoulder to shoulder, and came out
There's
to support
someone
our
called
sisters.
Dovo One.
Hmm.
Someone called Dovo One. Wanna know if there's any more information on Sir Lloyd.
Okay.
That's
Um,
probably enough.
is there any more information apart from the information that he is a prolific historic rapist? What do they mean? Is there any more information?
Don't know. They'll probably have to say now that you've said,
Yeah, I
what do
don't
they
know. I
mean?
don't understand what more information they want. Do they mean are there more victims come forward? Yes, there has been. What those victims are going to do between themselves, I'm not going to reveal at this point. But yes, there has been more victims come forward on the back of me talking about him. Yeah, another nasty piece of work. Sir Lloyd, he just got a lifetime music achievement award. You know, I'm going to be writing to those people and providing them with some of the evidence that I've got, and I want to know why they're doing that. You know, we need to stand up. We don't come out of ourselves. We don't support anything. Not really. We don't. It's always the same usual suspects when you see anything that is Afrocentric or Black centric. It's the same usual suspects. As a community, we will stand there, we will watch, and we won't say anything. Yeah, we'll whisper about it in our yard to our friends, our family, whatever, but we won't come out as a community. We won't take these people down. Look at the way they treat people. I'm thinking that who popped into my mind was Wiley. You know, when Wiley came out and spoke the truth, actually, look at the way those people took that man down and nailed him to the cross. And some of our people supported that. They supported it. So misguided, you know, and willing to sacrifice our girl children and our women. Absolutely abhorrent, you know. When are we going to actually buck the trend? You know, when are we going to do that? When are we going to buck that trend? Is it going? It's already started on the next generation. You know,
we're still
already.
brainwashed. We're still a
Don't worry about.
brainwashed.
I've just seen something about Drum Belly. Don't worry about Drum Belly. There's something coming with him, big. I'm just waiting for a certain piece of information to come forward. And to be honest, it's not even going to be me that's presenting it. It's going to be a family member. That's the plan when it comes to Drum Belly. It's going to be a family member that's going to come on live with their face showing, and they are going to present that evidence. So that's going to be a very interesting one. I wish we could have it like that for all of them, because most of the family just try to cover them, don't they? That's what they try.
Sis, a lot of people don't realize the scale that this thing is on. You know,
they do not.
It's very disturbing, and I've seen it as a young youth growing up in Jamaica, and I know they came here with it.
Yeah,
you know, it's very disgusting behavior. And as young as I was, I could remember thinking, "Yo, this ain't right, bro."
No, it's not right. And you know, not everybody in Jamaica is down with that. But if the society doesn't support you as a victim, as somebody that finds that abhorrent, where do you go? Where do you go?
I don't know if you've seen the video that I done yesterday with that pastor. He was banged to rights. They had an eyewitness.
He had the same name, didn't he, Dr. Paul? I actually thought it was the same person.
And they had DNA evidence, and he still got away. You know why? Because he was a clergyman. You know,
in the parish of Westmoreland, which is one of my parishes still. I love Westmoreland. My people them are in Westmoreland, some of them. And and I understand how that little town works, you know, how that parish works, to be fair. And especially like the fact that he's a pastor.
Yeah. And he went right back to the church. So, you know, them people better watch their pitting them.
Yes, Tuffy, it's in the making. I've just said that. It's in the making. It will be coming at some point when that family member is ready. So it will be coming. Forest family update, somebody's asked. Actually, I will give a Forest family update. Bunch of scumbags, a lot of them. I can't say a lot of them, that's not true. There are a few good apples in the bunch. And I'm in contact with the good apples in the bunch, actually. But yeah, not nice people, man. Not nice people. Yeah, there's a couple of things actually that I want to talk about in the coming weeks. But today was about kind of launching the live on YouTube, talking about the march, trying to get support for that, ensuring that the message is out there for that, and that we can actually push this thing forward. As I say, it's in 3.5 weeks' time. It's not long, and there's a lot of work to do. We've got a team of really good volunteers, excellent volunteers on board. In the kind of core planning side of it. But we need volunteers such as stewards and people like that to come forward as well. Yeah, we definitely need that. We need stewards. So if you want to volunteer to be a steward on the day, let me know in the DMs on Instagram at AfuaRose69 or at AfuaSpeaks69. Yeah, so let me know, and we can organize that. So that's kind of the work. In the next 2 weeks, it's going to be very intensive in terms of organizing that as effectively as we possibly can. Yeah. Where is Asha? That's Asha somebody. Have they just disappeared? They're probably like gone. Probably gone.
They're probably still on, but not commenting because the chat still have the live still have 125 persons. You know.
Militant One, what are they saying? I've just looked back. What they don't understand is that is when a man approaches their brothers about this issue, they don't seem to have much interest in it. But they have daughters and sisters. Yeah, absolutely, my brother.
Yeah,
Don't.
because they all think it's not gonna happen to their people, innit?
I think it's deeper than that. I think it's because there is a denial objective that is so entrenched in our community that it's always held in question. Or what did she do? Oh, she was loose. She's a bit of a whore. It's almost like she deserved it then, didn't she? Or she enticed the man. That's what the grannies like to say. That's what the elders like to say. Where you do was a rude little girl. You was a rude little girl. And if that young girl has grown up to be promiscuous at the age of 14, 13, 15, whatever, no one's checking what happened to them when they were 5. Who pre-sexualized that child? Who pre-sexualized that child for them to want to be
I'd learn
promiscuous?
it from somewhere.
Of course it's learnt behavior. And also when you rip away a child's inner core like that, they don't know anything else. I've worked a lot with abused children. You get a 3-year-old that's been sexually abused and they'll just run up to any man and sit on the man's lap and start playing with the man's penis openly because they don't know anything else. They think that's normal. It's what people need to understand. Yeah, press the like button on this. I don't know how that works now. Can you do that now, or do you have to do that after? I can't see it from your end. But yeah, man, we really have to break that cycle and that mindset in our community. It's held with the brothers. I've seen it. We've all seen it. This thing, and there's a kind of ownership as well that that women are kind of property, really. We're not your property, so you can't do with us what you like. You can't. The time for that is gone. It's over. Women are being empowered, and if you're not spiritual and you don't read your scripture, then you won't know that the lioness is on the rise. As it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. There was a time when our societies were formed through matriarchy, when you took your mother's name. Yeah, it's not even our culture to live the way that we're living in this patriarchal society. It's not our culture as African people. It never, it wasn't in the beginning. It is now, very much so. But that's something that was thrust upon us. There were queendoms. Do you understand? And that is all coming back around again. It really is. So really, as a community, we could do very well to nurture our girls and stop abusing them. Yeah? There's more of it going on than we can ever, ever, ever know. I can only tip the iceberg. That's all I can do. I can shake up our own immediate space, but I can't solve this thing. I can't solve it at all. It is mad, the level that it's at. There's various statistics, that kind of disagree with each other. But there is a statistic that says that 1 in 3 Black women have been sexually abused, usually within the family. Because if you look at kind of criminal profiling as well, the criminal profile for a sex offender or a rapist or a paedophile is a white male between the ages of 25 to 50 or 25 to 55, right? That is the criminal profile. But when they say that, they're really talking about predatory paedophiles, those that jump out of the bushes when you're jogging through the park or tries to grab a child off the street randomly. That's who they're talking about. When you look at the model for Black men, it isn't that. They're not known to be in their big numbers anyway. Yeah, predatory pedophiles. They are incestuous pedophiles. They do it within the family, and that's where it's rife in our community. Within our own family, it's your uncle, it's your grandfather, it's your father, it's your brother. Huh? I've heard of cases in America where it's the son raping his mum. I mean, we really are living in the last days when it gets to that point. A lie double D.
I know
Jesus.
lie.
Can you imagine? What level of illness or demonic possession would drive a youth to rape him own mother? That's the level it's got to. These things are going on. These things are going on. Trust me. Mothers being impregnated by their own sons. Mothers being pedophiles towards their
I
own sons. I mean,
I know of a little youth in Westmoreland that breeded his 15 and 17-year-old sister.
oh yeah,
Mm.
lots of that going on. Too many sisters that I've spoken to, it was their brothers that took their virginity. I mean, it's an uncomfortable, ugly, horrible conversation. But unfortunately, my brothers and sisters, if we are to heal from this illness in our community, we're going to have that conversation. Yeah.
Mm. We most definitely,
We're gonna have to have that conversation. There is no way. But yeah, Mark Mackay, dirtiness, evil, nasty psychopath is what he is. Because when you operate in a duality like that, when you paint yourself to be the most loving and kind person, and actually you're a monster, the two juxtapose. It's like one end of the scale to the other. When you operate in that duality, that is a psychopathic nature. You're a psychopath. Not all psychopaths are homicidal. They're not always serial killers. A lot of people get that confused. You can have the diagnosis of being a psychopath without being a homicidal one. Some people are sociopaths, which is the same spectrum, and they're narcissists. They just manipulate people and use them and do what they do. It's a psychopathic personality, a narcissistic trait that fuels and propels the Mark Mackays of this world. Yeah. If I'm lying, Mark Mackay, come on this live next week. We will be here at 9 p.m. next week, Friday. Yeah. Which will be the 24th. Yeah. We will be here. And I'd like to hear from you, Mark Mackay, seeing as you're such a stand-up guy. Let's hear from you.
You've heard about Leon Con, right?
Leon Khan is
From West London in Shepherd's Bush, and
he was I featured his picture on my page a little while back, a couple of weeks ago or something. Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. Because someone sent me his thing as well, his pictures and stuff. But I wanted to see if you had gotten it. But I just remember that I did see the picture on your thing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's in jail at the moment, actually. He was put on remand. Somebody's asking, Afua, let me ask your credentials. Why? I've told you a million times. I started out in social work and I retrained as a therapist. Problem? So yeah.
Who needs credentials to call out people that's abusing people, though?
Do you understand what I'm saying? This is what makes me laugh with these people. Why are you just curious? They give me jokes. They really do. Who needs credentials to call out people? That's what I'm saying. What are your credentials? And these systemized people, what makes me laugh about people, we shout and we scream, oh, police brutality, and we don't get any justice, and we don't do that, and we don't trust the police, and snitches get stitches, and in pharma for dead, and you shouldn't go to the police, but then the minute it suits them, why haven't you been to the police? What are your credentials? From a systemic point of view, I'm not at work. I don't need to abide by those parameters. Yeah, they're very restrictive, and they're not Afrocentric. They're not for us or of us or about us. They're not. I'm not at work. That's the beauty of it. I'm retired. I'm in Africa, and I can do this thing the way that I see fit. I don't have to go by those parameters. I'm no longer bound by the, I am from a kind of principled point of view, but I'm no longer bound by the codes of conduct and the ethics that I used to be when I was in the Matrix. That's it. I don't have to abide by it. I do abide by confidentiality because it's one of the few parameters that I really believe in when it comes to these people and their spaces, you know? Yeah, that's one of the ones that I believe in because confidentiality is key. But at the end of the day, I'm not at work. I'm not sitting in a 50-minute hour where I have to, reflect and paraphrase and do all the things that therapists do. I'm not, this is not my therapist hat. This is my sister hat. This is my community activist hat. And in that regard, the gloves are bloody well off. Yeah? That's what you people need to understand. The gloves are off. Yeah? I tell you, if I had my way, in a way that we can't talk about on these kind of platforms, if I had my way, then you would know about unprofessional. I'm not here to be professional. Is anyone paying me to be professional here? I charge up to £120 an hour, depending on the client. Is anyone paying me to be professional here? No, I'm speaking out from my belly as a sister of our community. And I'm saying, please stop abusing my sisters. Please stop the stem and the damage. Please stop that flow because it goes on generation after generation after generation. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of seeing broken women on my watch. Sick of it, man. I'm sick of seeing broken brothers that perpetrate towards the women, or broken brothers that perpetrate because they've been perpetrated on, and because of the way that we construct manhood in our community and tell our boys that they can't cry and they can't show their emotions and pent them up because of the way that we do that, and all they do is go back and perpetrate yet again on the weakest thing they can find, which is the women and the children.
That sister that says she used to hate walking through Brixton as a young girl because the man, when women ignore them, they would go say, "Hey girl, suck your mother." That's still going on. I had a friend like that. Yeah, I'll be driving my car and he'll be digging off the car door to come out of the car to go chat to the little school girl in her school uniform, and I weren't having none of that. I don't chat to him no more.
No, exactly. And that's the kind of stand that needs to be taken, my brother. Heaven, we have talked about it. I'm very limited in being able to talk about certain things. Yeah, I flag the names and then we have a discussion because it's a community discussion. Why don't you click the link and come on and talk about what you want to talk about? Yeah, let's do that.
If they don't want to hear what's going on, they don't have to come on here.
They come on here for passer. That's what it is. They want me to go down into the dirty details. What do you want to hear about? How the panties were taken off? Mark Mackay's a perpetrator. Dr. Paul's a paedophile. Yeah. Those two particularly at the moment, I can't give too many details about that. So we call the names, we expose them because that's what the victim wants done. When it came on to other people, like say Eamon Edwards and whatever, there were people that were willing to come on and actually give us details. But at the moment, I can't do that. And police investigations are pending. Whenever you see me limit the information and just call the name, it's because there's something else going on in the background. Yeah, so just to satisfy you, sister, brother, I don't know if that person's, I think it's a woman. Yeah, just to satisfy you or answer that kind of curiosity or that question. Because I know that not everything is, that's heaven. I'm assuming heaven is a woman. I don't know why. So no, I don't believe you're being rude. It's a valid point. But that's the reasoning behind it, basically. When it came on to rat, there was lots and lots of detail there. Not everybody's going to have that same detail depending on the type of case it is and the type of call out, if you like. You understand? No Valerie rat today because we are still waiting. Sorry?
Yeah, I was telling you about that, but then you got to it.
I got to it. Sorry, yeah. You got to move faster. I'm joking. I'm actually joking. I'm actually good. No offense taken, Heaven. It's a valid question, man. But yeah. Um, what are we? We're nearly into 2 hours. I want to go wee wee, and I don't want to leave you with a blank screen. If nobody's, I'm going to try and put the link in one more time if somebody does really want to chat. If not, we're going to wrap up for tonight. Mark Mackay's name is out there. He can come on next week and defend it, and then we can hear lots of detail from him. Yeah, I will be talking to people and seeing just how much of that detail I can really share, but I've got to be very careful with that one. Um, there are a few women that really, really need their identities protecting, and
Mm.
they need to be safeguarded because that man is an absolute psycho. Let me tell you, those sisters will not be safe. And he's also, he's not an old man like Vincent Rapp. He's still very kind of, sprightly and active. Um, and if we reveal too much, we may well reveal details that could identify those victims. And I can't have that. We can't have that. Those sisters are at absolute risk from this madman. Absolute madman. Going forward, you will hear more as things progress and we get it closer to where it needs to be. But let me tell you, this man, honestly, he beats women to within an inch of their lives. Do you understand? He beats women badly on a level that is just, when you hear the stories, honestly, it will bring eye water to your eyes.
For
I
all the
just want to take,
people that
sorry,
all
go
the
ahead.
people that keep asking about Valerie and Vincent and because it's obviously their family and friends, so
I don't
encourage
know.
them to come
It's
on the live.
Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it's just people that just want to hear the kind of, the more
Yeah.
high profile cases because that's where the
Encourage
hype
them to come
is.
on the live if you know them. Tell them to come on the live. Come
Yeah,
have
well,
their
this
say.
this is it. They never do, Double D. They never ever do. They're a bunch of gutless cowards, is what they are. A bunch of gutless cowards. They hide behind fake profiles. They say their thing. Somebody's saying like there's a word out that um people are going to try and disrupt this march and whatever. It's got out pretty quick. I only really put it out properly today in terms of a visual. I suppose I have been going on about it for a few weeks, but it's become very real once you see the information go out in a hard copy. But try your thing, do your best. They've tried to shut this thing down from the outset, and they've not been successful in doing that. Really, they stopped me going live on the first page. I went on a backup page. They've taken down my stuff on the original page. We've come on here. You know, there's nothing that it can't be proven. And let me tell you, I don't know if you guys remember. There'll be a few people here that remember a little while back when Vincent Rapp was trying to suggest, and Eamon Edwards actually, that they want to sue me for defamation of character and harassment and whatever. If they ever know the amount of women that are lined up, rubbing their hands, saying, "Ooh, court case," you understand? I would love them to try. I would love them to try. Let me blow your ass out of the water. Yeah, it's never going to work for you. Defamation of character when you know damn well what you did. Unbelievable. And also, I'm out of jurisdiction, so I'd like to see how you're going to do that. You're not important enough for anyone to try to extradite me for these things. So, good luck with that one. It's just a futile attempt to cover your disgraceful acts and to try to uphold the plastic persona that you've painted for yourself in the community. That's what that is. It's a desperate attempt to do that and to try to scare me. If you ever knew me, yeah, you wouldn't even bring no kind of system type of thing to me because you would know that I'll piss all over it. I couldn't give a damn about that system. Whether I'm in the UK, out of the UK, check my history. I don't play by the rules and I'm not going to do that. I am extremely rebellious and I always have been. So when you tell me about, oh, I'm going to do you for defamation of character, and you're not going to get much out of it. I'm quite happy to go to prison and do the bird if I'm found guilty of anything, which I won't in this regard. I'm quite happy to do that, but you wouldn't get a penny because I believe those things is about suing for damages and what have you. Yeah. I'll make sure that everything I own is in my children's name and you can F off. That's what that is. And I'll go down and lie down and do the bird and have a lovely uprising in the prison with my sisters. No problem for me whatsoever. None. Not frightened of it. Yeah, when you got a certain
I
mindset.
don't think you go to jail for that. That's a
No,
civil
no, no. Well, you
matter,
could if
really.
you could if it was bad enough, and it isn't. And if there's people who are high profile enough, and they're not, you know. But they usually try to sue for damages. I think in those kinds of cases, my brother. Um, but yeah, whether or not they've done that, I just think it was all a ruse anyway, because not really heard much about that going forward. But you know, it's just classic. Um, it's just classic scare tactics, my brothers and sisters. That's what it is, and this is the way that they treat their um their victims. You know, they come with every scare tactic that they can possibly imagine. You know, they frighten them into silence and whatever. You ain't gonna do me like that because I'm not shutting up. We're not shutting up. We are not shutting up. And the more sisters that come forward, the more names that get called out, the more exposure that there is, and the weaker you people become. That's what this is about. Yeah. And when we reach Windrush Square on the 16th of October, it is going to be a landmark because you are going to hear the voices collectively of abused Black women. Yeah. And we're going to be joined by other communities who have also been through certain things. It's not just about Black women in the sense where it's only about us. No, we recognize that there is an issue across the board, to be fair. You know, there was a report that came out around sexual abuse in religion, and it went right across the board. This thing, this pedophilic thing, this perpetrator thing, it cuts across ages, religion, creed and color and culture. It cuts right across. But right now we're concerned with Black women because they are the least likely to get justice in the UK space. Least likely. And because of the way that our community is constructed, we're the least likely to support our women when these things get called out. You know, I grew up in the East End of London, and when a nonce was discovered there, let me tell you, he could have been the highest person in that community. You will see a vigilante mob at that person's door. Yeah. When it come on to Cockney white people, they ain't having a bar of no nonce. They invented the word. You understand? What do? Blame the child, accuse them of being little temptresses and Jezebels and Lolitas at the age of 5 and 6 and 7. I mean, my God, you should be ashamed of yourself. You see, all you women that deny your daughters and your granddaughters and your children, yeah, that deny, that vanguard your husbands, call the little girl a liar. May the Lord have mercy on your darkened souls, your wicked
Just
set.
today, I had a story about an 8-year-old girl. Her mom said the 8-year-old child was trying to move to her man.
Mm-hmm. You see what I
Right.
mean? Well, this is what Parleen said, isn't it, to LB? You all did entice him. You know, I mean, my God, I just cannot fathom a mindset like that. I've got 3 daughters and 1 son, and let me tell you, if I heard anybody touch them like that, there's no way. There's no way. I'm believing them first and gathering the evidence later. Simple things. So this thing, this denial, when many of these women, I mean, I've had quite a few cases here on this platform where um you know, mothers and grandmothers actually walked into the room and saw the act taking place and walked straight back out and still denied the child. What the heaven's name is that about? Tell me what that's about. I don't know. But you see, you people carry on pushing with your foolishness because there's going to come, just carry on pushing because you take this thing for joke. And just because you don't see the evidence, it doesn't mean that it's not there. As I say, I'm not going to band it about. I'm not going to go, here's the person's witness statement to the police. I'm not going to say, here's the picture. Here's the panty from 35 years ago. But what evidence is it they want, really, Double D? I don't understand it. You don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah,
Show
they
us.
want you to
They
show. They
want,
want
they
you to
want,
show
they
the
want,
victim's
they
face.
want the victims to come up like
Yeah.
they do in America and whatever. Are you going to protect these women as a community? You're bloody well not. Yeah. Why should they show their faces? Why should they to be vilified and victimized by you nasty people? They're not going to do that. So I speak for them. Yeah. I speak for them. Now, anyone who's closely involved, who's aware of my inbox, will see it's not just me making it up. You know, it's not. And that's why you see a lack of, look, if these people were really innocent, if somebody accused you of these things and you truly was not guilty, you'd be on this platform like a shot, shouting the odds. You'd be
and
out there shouting
saying
the
why
odds.
that person is saying that.
Yeah, why are they? Let them come on. You'd be saying this. You don't see them. They try to deny it from a distance. They're too afraid. Come on the platform if you are innocent. That's all I've ever asked. Yeah? I am saying we've got X amount of women that have said you did this thing. Come and defend yourself then. Yeah? You don't. And yes, I do believe these women. You're guilty until proven innocent, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah? Might not suit the community. But since when do you want to do things the right way? In terms of, oh, bring it to a court of law. Which court of law? Honestly. The court of law that never helps us. You know? The court of law that never helps us. The court of law that sentences black men to twice as much for the same crime as their white counterparts. That court of law, is that the court of law you're talking about? The court of law that, whether it's black women, Asian women, white women, whatever, sentences women more to higher sentences than men. That same court of law that only 9% of historic sexual abuse cases actually get a conviction. And then when we're talking about the conviction, let's actually talk about the actual sentence. Community service, minimum amounts of time, but you want to bang someone up for robbing the post office for 25 years. Something's wrong. There's something disproportionate in that. There's something absolutely rotten to the core within the system. Why? Because a big part of the system, as we well know, are paedophiles themselves. Judges, politicians, the people that run the system and run the world are a bunch of nasty nonces. For the most part, not all of them. Can't say that. We always generalize.
Have you seen that Lady C interview on Piers Morgan's Good Morning Britain?
No, I haven't.
I think it's on my page.
Do you know what? You guys are gonna have to see a white wall because I need to go wee wee. So excuse me 1 minute, please, people.
Yeah, Militant One. That Lady C's a proper dickhead, man. I don't know what she's on. She must be on some kind of crap. Hey, wake up, man. You love sleeping too much. Couldn't wait on me, no? There was a Jamaican diaspora. There was a woman or a woman, a man, because I heard she's not even a woman, but yeah, she was on Piers Morgan's Good Morning Britain talking about the Prince Andrew stuff, and she was saying, basically, she was saying that the girl was 15, so Prince Andrew wasn't a pedophile or couldn't be a pedophile, and the case is not about pedophilia, it's about trafficking. So she was trying to justify Piers Morgan's action. I'm saying Piers Morgan, Prince Andrew's action. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Oh, Prince Andrew, what a nasty piece of work. Well, not just him. He's just the one that's been caught in that royal family. Can you see that I've just put on the screen, Double D?
What, the Winner Square thing?
No. Can you see it? I've just put up a comment. Somebody's asking you to read out their comment, Double D. Can you see it on the screen?
I see it in blue, but I don't see the comment. I don't know. It's probably proper up.
No, can you see that I've pinned it to the screen?
Yeah,
The
you
person.
see, I can see it on my thing, but I can't
So
see it on the screen.
you've got to look for that person and see what they've said, or maybe put the comment back. I don't know. Yeah.
They said it don't look good at us. Let me see
What
if they said anything else.
was that? What does that mean?
Silence look fishy.
What silence?
Simple. Um,
Oh, you mean in terms of the perpetrators being silent? I don't know.
yeah, probably. Yeah,
Yeah, probably. But yeah, man, it does. Of course, it's fishy. Of course, it's fishy. It's very fishy. It's so weird. You know, all these different people that have been called out by the victim, well, by me on behalf of the victims, and nobody's saying a word. Nobody bothers to come on. Why not? Why not?
because it's the same problem. We just don't stick together as a people. You know,
No, I'm
a
talking
lot
about
of,
the perpetrators. Why have they not come on to defend themselves?
they're not going to because they got people telling them, "Oh, don't do that." Because guess what? The worst thing can happen is for, say, Valerie or one of them to come on and then you trip them up and let them say something.
100%. That's what they're frightened of.
In Valerie's case, you know she was complicit. I've read the messages that
Mm,
Valerie sent herself
mm,
to the victim's mom.
mm,
You know, so she knows what going on and she knew what happened and she knew it did happen and she helped cover it up.
100%. 100% that little
And
Jezebel. I
and
mean, you see her.
and, and,
I mean, there's
and
not even a word for that one there. There
we
really isn't.
just don't stick together as a people. If someone came to me right now and said, "Yo, your uncle, my dad's dead," so if someone come to me and said one of my uncle did something, I would be praying that uncle.
Hmm.
I would be
Well,
praying.
unfortunately, my brother, not all men think like you. There's just so much covering up, man. I can't take it. I really, really can't. Well, look, I we've been on for 2 hours. Nobody's come on to speak. One last time, I'll put the link up if you want to come on. Um, this screen can hold up to 6 people, I think. So if you wanted to speak, you could do that. If not, we'll be coming back. But yeah, just to reiterate before we go, because I'm going to wind up pretty soon. It's 1 a.m. in the morning over here now. Um, yeah,
Natasha Lewis saying double D go up some more. What do you mean?
maybe go up in the comments some more.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
they're saying it's at 22:51, but I can't actually see the times on my thing. I'm just seeing the comments, and then they disappear after a while at the top as well.
I'll do that. I can
So
see all of them. I'll
I'll
figure out
needs
the
to,
moderator thing next week properly.
yeah,
I did
that person needs to retype the comment.
yeah, retype the comment if you want to be heard.
Oh, someone said um, the comment was, as a man, any man here, what would you do if your name was called? I, for one, I am going live. Oh, did it
Absolutely.
disappear? Yeah, I would go live, full face, and fully denounce them. I would
Absolutely
do
you
that.
would.
And I would
Absolutely
say,
you would.
listen, so and so happened, and this is why this lady is saying, or this woman, or this young girl is saying what she is saying, you know? Because,
You would
say, for
explain
example,
yourself anyway, wouldn't you?
yeah,
You would
say,
really
for
explain yourself.
example, in Vincent's case, why can't he come on and say, this is why these women are lying on me? And,
Yeah.
and, and, and why would so many people be lying on him in the first place?
So many
You know?
people, and please, when it comes on to Vincent, right, the level of evidence is just so overwhelming. Why is he still at large? Hmm? That's the issue. That's what people should be screaming about. Why is this man still at large about he didn't do it? How can you not do it? Even when I talked about Davika doors and invited people to look at the Facebook page, I'm actually going to put them up on Instagram. The screenshots that I've
No
had because they've
relation to
changed their
Double D, guys. No
information.
relation.
Do the maths on this child's age. You know, you've got the 2 date of births there. How are you going to deny that? That's what I'm saying. When he's talking about defamation and this and that. You're chatting rubbish. Because if you ever brought something like that to court, all my lawyers would have to say is to subpoena those individuals and force them to do DNA tests. Boom, game over. You know, like when it comes to Rat, his thing is so out of door. I don't even know why they bother. But some of the others were a little bit more obscure. Victims are afraid. They are so scared because their families deny them. Their families will come out and fight with the perpetrator to shut them down. Yeah. This is what goes down. So this is why people have not been given that voice. This is why we see so much ill in our community. If you think about how many of those broken sisters have gone on to use crack, to have mental health problems, and so on and so forth, yeah? What kind of parents are they making? Then they're churning out these children into the social care system who are angry, who have also been abused by the pedos that lurk in these systems, who then go, it just goes on and on and on, and it doesn't stop. At what point do we say enough is enough and we shout loud? At what
At
point do we
this
shout loud?
at this juncture where
At
me
this
and you
juncture
come
in
in,
our history.
you know,
Yeah.
and I'm hoping there should be more people. I thought Community Links was on it, but she just disappeared.
It
You
may
know,
well be because of pressure. We shouldn't even judge the sister for that, because let me tell you, this work ain't easy. The level of negativity that is leveled your way or my way, or anyone who stands up, because I'm not the only one who stands up. There's other sisters with
yeah,
platforms and stuff like that are doing their thing. But the level of negativity and bad energy that comes flowing your way, it is a work to combat that. You have to be rooted in your faith. Seriously, this thing is,
yeah, man.
it's a principality, it's a stronghold, you know it's absolutely disgusting. And
You
for
have
those of
to
us that
want
say,
to
well,
see a better place for you. I got 5 sisters. You know, 5, and I got 2 daughters. I don't want these people lurking around. You know, we have to do something and stop them in their tracks.
yeah, but yeah, when we go out on October the 16th, these are the things that will be spoken about. I'm sure the speeches are going to reflect a lot of what we've been doing, what we've been talking about, the issue itself. And we want to hear from people, man. We want to hear from people that have something to say about this. And as I said, I want to see those brothers out there, because I'm coming for you if you're not. Honestly, as far as I'm concerned, if you don't support the movement verbally and physically by turning up on that day, yeah, I'm assuming that your silence is complicity. Your silence is consent to what these men have been doing, because we all know who they are, man. You have parred with these people. You've raved with them. You've seen them operate, brothers. You know more than we do in that regard. You need to come out and stand up. You know? Which comment, my brother or sister? I don't know what I thought that was.
Everybody know what their friends capable of, man.
Who's that
So
person? Can you pin the comment? I don't know. I can pin it to the screen, but I don't know where the comment is. Who is that person that said that? I've just pinned their comment up. Yeah, man, it's unacceptable. But yeah, be there or be square in Windrush Square. Be in Windrush Square or be square. You know. Hold on. Oh dear. Nearly put that person in timeout. Be in Windrush Square or be square. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And I do believe that we are going to see a show of force. Women have listened. The sisters are raging. They have had enough.
well,
Why should
Afua,
black women take this to their
Afua,
grave? Yeah.
a couple months ago there was a white lady missing in Clapton Common.
What was that?
Sarah Everard.
Oh
Uh, uh,
yes, that person. Look at that.
there was a lot of black people that turn up at that march.
Yep,
You know,
absolutely. Well, let's get some of those all of those women that were on that march need to join this one. So, and the thing is our community is aware of what's going on now, especially since since the campaign started with that first video back in November. but the wider community are still yet to catch up with what's happening. There's a lot of people that are interested, in ensuring that women have a voice, no matter where those women come from. And those people are the people that we need to reach out to. We need to get that message out there. And the only way to do that is social media. And, with the speed that we actually need. It's not the only way, but it's the best, most effective and fastest way to get that message out there. So really it's share. Hold on. I think this person wants me to show their comment. Okay. Pin the link comment you had on screen. I don't understand what link comment.
Yeah, so the StreamYard thing.
Oh, do it again. I keep doing it.
Why? I want you to yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not recognizing the name from the gram.
Some people make profiles just to come on here.
Well, they said that we've been speaking, so let's see if they want to come on. I'm gonna put the link back in if my flipping computer works. I swear the heat makes things degenerate quicker. The thing was going good for years. You notice that though, even in Jamaica, things smash up quick.
I don't know. It's that I go down there and try buy a car, man. Them want to sell me a car from 1991 for the same price that they bought it.
I love that place. Right, I'm putting the link back in the comment again, guys. If you want to join for a conversation, please do that. Yeah, there it is. It's in the link. Even if you want to tap it out, you can do that. It's highlighted in the link right now. Please jump on and you will pop up like Double D has, and we can have a chat. Yeah, if you want to do that, please do that in the next minute or two. Otherwise, we're going to wrap up because I'm tired and I've been up from the cock crowing, literally crowing in my ears. So, yeah.
And I need to go to bed as well. I need to be up.
It's late.
As soon as the cock take off in jaws, tomorrow I need to be at work.
Unfortunately, in London, you're not getting the cock crowing like that in your ears, though. Not unfortunately, fortunately. It can be very jarring.
You get a lot of sirens, though. I hate that, man. Hamilton Brown, respect, enough respect, big up.
What are they saying? So yeah, doesn't look like anyone's coming on. October the 16th, people, be there. Get your red mask. We're going to have some logoed masks on the day. It's going to be too much of a kind of production job for people to be able to purchase that beforehand. It's short notice, but really it's about just getting out there, turning up in Windrush Square in your red mask. If you want to, if people want to show their face, great. But I just believe that the more people that are masked up, the harder it will be to pinpoint, in terms of the perpetrators watching the march, to pinpoint anybody that they know is their victim and that they can intimidate afterwards. Security is going to be tight on the day on another level, to be fair, because there's no way that I'm going to, allow any woman to be harmed on that day. Absolutely not happening on our watch. And the ancestors and the Most High God. Oh, that's you again, Double D. You've come on twice. What are you doing? Yeah, you're on twice, my brother. There's no way that we're going to allow that. It's not going to happen. I'm telling you, I declare and I decree it right now that there will not be a single hair on any woman's head harmed on that march. It's not going to happen. And we're going to march to Brixton Police Station. And then after that, we'll be marching to Lambeth Social Services. After that, we will march to Railton Road, which was one of Rat's key lairs back in the day. And we're also going to march to Paulette Road. There's too many victims that have been violated in those two premises. His old place on Railton Road and his old, I don't even know if he still lives there, on Paulette Road. Too many. So we want to make a stand. Yeah. And those places are symbolic. Those 4 places that we're taking the march to through Brixton. We're going to stop traffic, brothers and sisters. We are going to stop traffic in Brixton on October the 16th, starting in Windrush Square at 12 p.m. That's what's going to be happening. So yeah, Mark Mackay, dirty, nasty, psychopathic nonsense is what you are. Yeah, you're definitely going to be one of the faces on those placards. So you can try shut things down as much as you like. Not going to happen. Not going to work. More and more of your victims will come forward. I want to hear from your ex-wife. Yeah, that's who I want to hear from, because I know she suffered very, very badly underneath you. Yeah, that's what we do know. And the other victims, watch this space is all I can say to him. As for Dr. Paul, still ain't got an eyeball on this man. Yeah, I've got the testimonies of his victims. Probably not all of them, because you never will get all of them. You know, there's so many that will take that to their grave or be too afraid to speak out. But Dr. Paul, I'm definitely going to be doing my research in the next 7 days between now and the next live. So you will hear more about him next week. God willing, I hope that we can get as much on him as possible and a potential picture. Paul Graham, Southeast London. Yeah, apparently he's very well known. Paul Graham from the Peckham / Dulwich type area. Yeah. Your time's up. Your time is up, Dr. Paul. Dr. Paul. And your time is up, Mark Mackay. You're not going to be able to get away with the things that you've gotten away with before. Any woman going forward, and we've got your picture, I'm going to repost it on Instagram actually. Any woman that sees that face, just stay away from him. Yeah. Allegedly, he's very charming in the beginning and he sort of draws you in, like so many of them. Otherwise, they couldn't exist in the world if they walked around just being thoroughly nasty to everybody. They wouldn't exist, would they? But they draw you in, and Mark Mackay is no different. He will draw you in. He will attempt to be nice, but at some point, the beast comes out and he starts on beating on these sisters. Disgusting, nasty little waste man. You're a waste man, Mark Mackay. Yeah, and you're a coward. That's what you are. Come and face me, is what I'm saying. Come and face me on this live next week on the 24th. And protest your innocence. Oh, okay, I've got somebody here. It says device is not connected. Hold on. Somebody called Risky Business. It says that you need to connect your mic cam before you can be added to the stream. I don't know if you know how to do that, but can you connect your microphone or camera? I think there's a way to do that in the settings somehow. There's sort of 3 little dots at the top. Oh, very strange. Yeah, try to connect your microphone, Risky Business. It says that you want to come on. Connect your microphone. We'll give you a few minutes to do that before we shut it down. They literally want to come on, but I don't think they know how. Ah, they've gone. All right, try again and connect your microphone, is what it's saying. It wasn't letting them in. Yeah, try again. Risky Business. Let's see you there. Can you see any of their comments, Double D? Can't see them in the chat, can you? Double D, were you there? Oh, here you go. This whole time you were waiting, you know, and I didn't realize. I was thinking, why do you look grey? Yeah, I can't see that person. If you want to come back in, please come back in and fix your microphone. Okay, Dr. Paul and his wife Marcy, or somebody's saying. Okay. Yeah, well, you know, usually I don't know what Marcia will say, but I wager that she'll defend her man. You know, nasty. I mean, used to take little girls off the street, just come and grab them, just like Tony Buttons, and lure them or coerce them or, you know, grab them into a space of his choosing. Dr. Paul, nastiness, absolute nastiness. Double D's gone, so I'll read a few of the comments before I go. Honestly. Charmaine saying, Shamara Jones is saying, okay, she's saying, like, who are Dr. Paul and Marcia? Well, I didn't know about Marcia. I've not been told about them, but somebody in the chat seems to know his wife's name. Nasty piece of work. I mean, how many more Tony Buttons and Dr. Pauls are there running around ready to grab our girl children and sexually assault them and rape them? How many more? How many more? And how many more women are harboring them? You know? How many more? Because I can bet your bottom dollar, each and every one of those men that I've called out have a woman in their lives that's harboring them, that knows deep down in your belly, you know deep down in your belly what this man is up to. You know deep down, you know. Whoever you are, these women, you know, Eamon Edwards misses. Okay, let's see this. Oh, this is Double D again. We're gonna yeah, Double D. We're gonna lock
my thing just timed out. I don't know what's wrong with it.
Oh, okay, never mind. Risky Business doesn't seem to want to come back in. Miss, this comment's interesting. Maybe they joined late. It says, Afua, do you think a group action could be taken to pressure the police to do their jobs in investigating properly? That's what the march is, Miss Real. It's a group action. So I don't know if you joined late, but there is already a planned group action. Check out my Instagram at AfuaRose69. There's going to be more updates on this channel. I'm also going to upload each and every single video that they've taken down from Instagram. I'm going to upload them all here onto YouTube is what I'm going to do. Because you know what? Actually, I want all my followers to do me a favor. In as much as these people literally must have been complaining to Instagram day after, I mean, literally every day for Instagram to just grab all those videos down, we also need to be lobbying these platforms and protesting as to why they've been taken down. You know, that's what we need to be doing. Anyone who's in support of it, contact Instagram and complain why those videos have been taken down. Let's formulate our own pushback. Let's do that. Yeah?
Afua,
let's do that. Yeah.
Will the live be filmed? Would it be filmed? Would it be on live on Facebook Live or
What, the march?
yeah, the march? Sorry.
100%. It's going to be live. It's going to be filmed as well. It's going to be filmed for posterity. So whatever footage comes out of that will also be put up. So yes, it will be filmed and it will be put out on platforms on the day. It probably won't be from my Instagram if I'm not going to be there, which makes sense. Unless I can maybe give somebody my login and let them kind of control my Instagram for the day and flash it up. But as I said, I'm going to be hopefully on a kind of moving mobile screen that is able to walk through the march and contribute in that way. You know, technology is a powerful thing these days, so you can kind of be there without being there. And that's the plan, really. That's the plan. So I will be at the march, virtually at the march, and it won't just be kind of, a static screen in Windrush Square. As I said, it's going to be a mobile moving screen that will be on the actual march route with my sisters. That's my plan. That's my plan. But these things take money. That they do. So if you join the chat late or the live late, then we are looking for donations. I'm saying that even if it's £1, let it be £1 from each person, if that's how we're going to get there. If you can afford more, give more. If you can't, then at least £1. And then you can say that you've contributed to the cause, and that you've helped us to do it. But we don't just want to leave it there. We want to have that march every year, until the impact is felt. Because I don't think one march is going to do it. Let October the 16th sink in. It's in Black History Month. It's an independent date. It doesn't tie in with anything else as far as I know. It's our date. October the 16th is the his time is up date. And each and every year, let us march, let us rally, let our voices get louder and louder and louder on the 16th of October each year. That's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see a presence that everybody knows is not going to go away. That's what we need to be doing. We need to be making changes like that and demanding that these people give us justice, like the sister said. Let them do their jobs properly. No one trusts the police, especially Brixton police. Look at all the things they're guilty of. If they're not killing the men in the police, our brothers in the police station, yeah, they're protecting perpetrators like Vincent Ratt because they give them information about what does interest them, which is guns and drugs. But allow him to run with impunity on our streets, in our community, perpetrating the things that he does. Not on. Absolutely not on. And on that note, my brothers and sisters, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for all of you that joined the live. I'd like some more information, as I said, on Mark Mackay. I am very certain that more women are going to feel able to come forward now that we've called his name and exposed him. The only people that seem to be really defending him is members of his family, and one or two women. Whether or not he's had relationships with these women is probably likely, but I don't know. There isn't a lot of people defending him, actually. There isn't a lot of people coming out and defending him. It just seems to be a very tiny little cohort. So I'm pretty certain, there's a kind of pattern and a rhythm to these things now. I'm pretty certain, Mark Mackay, that there's going to be more of your victims coming forward, because it isn't just 1, 2, or 3 or 4 women actually that you have beaten, is it? It's many more than that. And we don't know what else you've been up to. So if Mark Mackay has ever put his hands on you in a relationship or otherwise, I'd like to hear from you, because he's a nasty piece of work that needs to be stopped and taken off our streets. He really, really does. He's disgusting. And as for Dr. Paul, please keep your children safe. Please, if anybody knows him, try to get me a picture, get me something and give it to me in my DMs. I'm not very good at kind of chasing things on social media and going through all the Facebooks and trying to find people, but there's a lot of people that follow me that are, and they're apps like you guys are really instrumental in this information. Yeah. Really, really instrumental in this. I want to pin this one. Finsbury Park, King's Cross, Islington, Camden area. What about these guys? We're getting to that.
This guy is that's called militant. He's a wind up. I've been following him the whole chat. He's just winding the whole place up.
Why is that?
He's
Okay.
well, maybe he's been devil's advocate or something, but
okay. Well, you know how it goes, Double D. I've grown used to these people now. They're denial objectors. That's what they are. And a lot of them are paedophile sympathizers. That's what you are when you do what you do. Yeah. Do you want to be that? A paedophile sympathizer? Yeah. Anyway, my brothers and sisters, it's been a pleasure. I like this platform. This is going to be our home now on YouTube. I will still continue to post on all platforms, Facebook, YouTube, and here. But in terms of the lives, I don't think we're going to be doing that on Instagram anymore. We're going to be doing it here via this stream. And I think it's going to be very positive. I like the way that you're able to kind of flash the information and get it out there, and the banners and stuff like that. I really like that. I'm going to develop it as well as we move forward. Hopefully with veterans coaching me, people like Double D that understands the digital space, and others that really help me in this quest, because I am not digitalized, let me tell you. I still weigh myself in stones. Don't even know about kilograms. I haven't gone metric yet. So I really need you guys to assist me. I get so much great information on a daily basis. People that have done their research. We're a great community, man. I love my people. I love my people so deeply, and I love my sisters deeply. I know your pain. I know what you go through, whether it's at the hands of people like Mark Mackay or Vincent Ratt. I know what you go through, or Eamon Edwards with his own daughter, Punroy. Never forget him. Yeah, he's another one whose face will go up as well. There's going to be a few banners of them. And I want to see what they're going to do about it. What are you going to do about it? Especially Rat. We're going to be on your patch, Rat, with your nasty sons and all the rest of it that think you own that community. And we're going to be in your community saying what we say. What you gonna do about it? There's nothing they can do about it. They're not stupid enough to come out and try to lick shot or harm people in the middle of Windrush Square with the world watching. You're just not that brave. Yeah, you people prefer to do what you're doing in the shadows, in prison cells, in children's homes, in studios, and in your flat. That's what you prefer to you prefer to do. Yeah, you're not going to come out. You don't even come on the live. Where are you going? You know, we've got to kind of demystify these people. They ain't that bad. They think they are, but they're really not that bad. And I say, his time is up. That's what I say. I say his time is up and our voices will be heard. And they're going to be heard. You're going to be heard. Even if it's 50 people in Windrush Square, they're going to be heard. And I believe it's going to be a whole lot more than that. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. And we're preparing mad in the background. It might be that I might have to sacrifice a few of the lives on Friday so that I can really focus on the things that need to get done. It depends how much I get done in the week and still conduct my life and be a mum and do the things that I do. Yeah. But I need your help. I need your help, people. I'm going to be honest. So I can't do this on my own. I'm a person that thinks I can do anything on my own. I think I can take on the world, and, you know, that's just who I am. But I can't do this on my own. I really can't. I really, really can't. And I don't want it to fold. I don't want us to take my foot off the pedal or anything. I want to press full steam ahead. Full gas is what we're dealing with. We want to ring the alarm, like I said, on full gas is how we need to drop it with these people and make them know, nah, you don't just get to just rape off the woman, them, beat them up, mash up their daughters, give them drugs, rape their daughters. You don't get to just murder people's dads. You don't get to do that anymore. Like, the time is up. His time is up. It stops today. It stops. And October the 16th marks that. It marks everything we've been doing for the past year. Yeah. And more will be revealed on October the 16th. I've got an announcement to make on October the 16th. Yeah. Which I'm leaving it for that time. But more is going to get revealed on that date. And I want to see as many people out there as possible. Okay, let me pin this last comment here. Somebody says it is not safe for us women out there. It's got to stop. We don't want our daughters and granddaughters to feel so. Absolutely. And this is it. You know, what are we really afraid of? Double D is supposed to be reading the comments, militant one. Yeah. What are we really afraid of? I mean, the streets of Brixton aren't safe, and the streets of London and the streets of Manchester and the streets of Birmingham and our own family homes, and they're not safe anyway. So coming out into Windrush Square with masks on, you know, if you want to wear a full hood instead of just one of those COVID masks and whatever, I was advocating that we should all wear kind of balaclavas, you know, and I think that would be quite striking if we could wear balaclavas, but you know, people don't want to mess up their weaves and is what I was advised, and it could get quite hot under there as well. You know, we don't know what the weather's going to be like. I'm praying that it does not rain. I'm really praying, because you know us and rain, it ain't cool.
You see the comment where is this called Rains Beans? Say I am a younger in here at 35, and the amount of man in Peckham that have to hide from now is disgusting. You know, and that's good that young me. I'm only 31, and I'm speaking up, bro. Yeah,
You're only 31, Double D. You're younger than my oldest child. Wow.
yeah,
If I call me mummy.
yeah. I'm only 31, but I'm speaking up because you
Well,
see, if
hats off
we
to
don't
you.
do something, if we don't do something about it now, it's gonna continue. It's gonna carry on. You know, and then my
Just
grandkids
go on for generation after
you know,
generation, isn't it? It says someone named Just Get Coal Out. Afro Rose knows that person. Who is this militant one? I don't even know what they're talking about. Whose
I
name
see what
got
I'm
called out?
saying. This is why I haven't been reading militants' comments. I see that
Militants going on time out in a minute, even though the
they're
live's
just
about to
going
end.
on and on and on.
I don't know. Tell me who that person is, militant one, because I'd have to go way back in the comments. Who's the person that I'm supposed to know? Because anyone I do know that's on that, like such as my members of my daughter's dad's family, my last daughter, I should say. It's not both my daughter, all three of my daughters. I've called them out. Narwood, man. Yeah, only per man needs calling out. Oh gosh, man. I can't do it all. I'll be here
I
till I
I
die.
I heard it's rife down in Tortony as well, in Croydon.
Because, well, it would be because many of Brixton residents have been moved out to Croydon as they gentrified the area. They moved them all out to Fulton Heath and Croydon. So they've just moved the problem up there, haven't they? Oh, I know about Wolverhampton. I've done a lot of work in Featherstone and the prisons up there and stuff. I know exactly where I go on at Wolverhampton. Yeah, nastiness. Brixton, Mandem. Yeah, there's enough, man. Even like, look at Victor Lindsay. He's in Hull. He's in Hull. I feel like we need to put something on the streets in Hull at some point, so just we can blow him up there. Because the intel that we've got is that he's actually living with a woman up there who's got children. Yeah, and hiding up there.
Mm.
He's known about in London, but he's not known about in Hull. And we need to actually I'm going to put this one up as well. This one is dread. Yeah, the churches aren't safe anymore. Too many paedophile pastors. Ain't that the truth? Because they put themselves in positions of power. They really do. They put themselves in position where they have access to children and they gain the trust of the community. That's what they do.
I got several pastor videos on my channel as well. I have at least 3.
Yeah.
Mm.
When you put, like I said to you, when you put up Dr. Paul, I thought it was the same Dr. Paul that I was talking about, but it's not. There's 2 of them, 2 Dr.
That
Pauls,
that
and
that
they're
Paul
both
Lewis.
doing.
I've been to his crusade in 2009, in 2008 in Hackney.
Mm,
He's an American preacher, but his dad is Jamaican. You know,
mm,
and you can just imagine how long he's been doing that and been getting away with it.
imagine. Oh yeah, 100%. It always, whenever I hear the pastors, it always reminds me of The Harder They Come, where the man is looking on the woman. She's supposed to be a girl, and he says, "Preach, I've been tending that little cherry tree for a long time. Look like
Mm,
it's soon ripe too. I feel say if
mm,
you don't pick it, I will pick it." And
I remember.
this
I
stuff,
remember that
oh
movie well.
my God, that line, and when you look at Dancehall Queen with Uncle Larry, it's part of the culture. It is embedded. For it to even be depicted in celluloid on film, you can see that it's a part of who we are. It's disgusting, and we break the chain. We break the chain today, and we break the chain as a collective community on the 16th of October in Windrush Square. So I will see you next week, brothers and sisters. Yeah.
Big up everybody on the live. Big up everybody.
Um,
One
yes,
love.
one love and one ardor and one destiny. We move as one voice. Our voices will be heard. I have to put this one up just as we go. Yeah. Natasha, I love you. Some adult man I knew tried to trouble my daughter. I beat his ass when she confided in me and reported him into the police. The case is still ongoing. I'm not having none of it. Love you, sister.
Good.
Yeah. That's my kind of sister. How you mean? Beat him up and carry him go police. Yes. So with on that note and with that sentiment, let's carry that sentiment in our minds throughout the week. Please donate, even if it's a £1, you must can find it. Yeah, £1 from each person. On this platform alone would make £1.6 thousand, and that would be more than enough to have a march and do a lot more. Because don't think we're working in the background. As I said, I'm going to make an announcement. I'm hoping that we will finalize in time for the 16th for me to make that announcement about the aftercare services, and something else as well that we've been working on for quite some time. So please stay tuned. Please donate. The links are there going around. I'll let them run one more time. Um, Cash App, # AfuaSpeaks, GoFundMe, support Sister Afua on her mission. Hashtag his time is up. So you can find that on Google. You just put in GoFundMe, support Sister Afua in her mission, and it will pop up. Cash App, you'll have to download that via your phone on Play Store or Apple iTunes or whatever they call it, iStore. And you'd have to download that and set it up and donate that way. But donate. The more that the more that we support is the bigger the march will be, the more organized it will be, and we'll be able to cater. Yeah. And get those boots on the ground, push it out on all your socials, share it, especially with people that you know that have been through that, or organizations that you might know that we, that we haven't contacted. There's only so much a handful of people can do in terms of casting that net wide. But as I say, blessed love for all of you. Thank you. And we'll see you again here next week. Thank you, Double D. I'm going to get it
Big up,
down pat
sis.
next week in terms of moderators as well.
Big up. One love.
Yeah. And just
Stay
remember, I'm
safe.
saying to the perpetrators before I go as well, you see, on a free paper bun and on a fully grown mashup. That's all I've got to say to Uno. Because you see, come October the 16th, certain people, everybody's going to know what you're dealing with. Because some people don't even watch these lives, or these haven't seen the videos, they've just heard certain things, but they've not really fully connected. But when we take it to the street, they're going to fully connect. And yes, let me tell you, as we go on closer to the march, I will be revealing the level of security that we're going to have. There are certain people that I know will have to have close protection security on the day, and they know who they are. They will be present with their faces covered, but they will have extra security. If you feel that you need that because of your presence and because of your exposure in the community, please DM me and we can have a private conversation as to how that will be coordinated. And so until next week, my brothers and sisters, right here on Afua Rose on YouTube. We'll be back here, same time, same place. Blessed love, people. Blessed love.